And with these maps, you really can't complain. I think Duncan is absolutely right. This is going to be very, very close, and I'm so excited to get into this game. Who have you got as your winner? Do you want to pick that right now? I mean, you got to be careful.
You're throwing me out of the bus right off the bat.
What do you think?
Frankly, one thing that's being ignored here, which is interesting, is that FaZe also have a major winner. They got Kiyoshima. He knows what it feels like to go on and take the biggest trophy in CSGO. He's performed in the playoffs before, and so you can't really count FaZe out. That being said, I think SK as a team, they have the experience, so I have to side with SK on this one.
Yeah, I have to say I'm on the same side. I mean, it hurts because some of the, we lost 5 Danish players yesterday. 2 of them are on this team here, and they could be going out, and I think they will. That's just the lay of the land. But I'd be happy to be obviously surprised and upset here. It's going to be going into the first map now, the last quarterfinals of the E-League Major. It's FaZe versus SK. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. FaZe clan starting on the T side, and already Kerrigan making noise over at the A-bomb side, and Fox saying you're not welcome. Get out, already down. And Taco hiding in the corner. He's going to shoot Rain in the back, but somehow he misses. Taco, is that the one mistake that might cost them the round? It could be very dangerous. Looks like they're fighting their way back. Alu and Kiyoshima. AZ will be going down, and now it's a 2-on-3.
This is so difficult. Exactly, it's Alu and all Alu, but now it's just going to be Kiyoshima alone in a 1v2. He needed Alu to do more there. He needed him to stay alive, because now it's a bit of a tricky situation. He's going to get caught in a crossfire within seconds. Can he find this shot on Fallen fast enough? Exactly, but what a shot! The 180 headshot onto Farakio. He's turned it into one-way, he clutches it! That's how he started off. First map into the pistol, and the man himself, the man who has won 2 majors, he comes through for his team. What a play from Kiyo. Oh, man, that shot right, I'm like, he's dead. He's dead 100%. The man's coming in on short. He's got the drop on him. There's no way.
Yeah, 100%. I have to agree. That should have never happened.
Woo!
And it just did. Well, that is one way to start off a quarterfinals. Now everybody's paying attention. I've got to say as well, just to point this out, Taco wasn't falling asleep. He was hoping that more people would run through and that he could get a double instead of a single, and it might have cost him a lot. AZ going to open up this round, taking down Fallen and Fur both with a UMP. So that's just such a comfortable way to get started. Now you feel like there's no chance. Even if someone is on point with the Deagle, it probably won't save the round.
Now we're going to have to keep our eyes open here for the mind games, Anders, because these 2 teams here, they've already played this map. It was in round 2 of the groups. They've already faced in a best of 1. It was Mirage. It went to overtime, and SK barely clawed out a win of that situation. FaZe definitely had what it took to win that game. They floundered at the end. So now, here in a best of 3 in the first map, can FaZe keep it together? This is so, like the whole map, the way that this is played out is perfect for both of these teams.
Yeah, and we have to also remind everyone they have such limited information about SK when it comes to the best of 3 scenario. It's such a different beast to have to play a best of 3 as opposed to a best of 1. Maybe they don't have the depth yet with Fox. They removed one of a, sort of a core player for them, FNX, who did so many different things. So you can't just put anyone in there and hope that it'll work out. It could take a while, and maybe it's too soon.
And you're right. I mean, we've only seen 2 maps from SK so far in the group. Well, 3, but really they've played 4 maps. And 2 of those were Dusty, 2 of those were Mirage. Like, that isn't a whole lot of information to go off of if you're trying to plan. If you're Robon, the coach for FaZe, you're sitting down with Kerrigan, you're going over demos. You don't have a whole monster amount of information to go off of. So it's going to be fun to see how FaZe adjust. Kerrigan has definitely got the mind for CS to start countering Fallen, who's seen as the best in-game leader in the world right now.
Yeah, Kerrigan is definitely very hardworking, as Richard was pointing out. I think that's absolutely true. He does so much homework, and we already seen what he did with the sort of previous Danish lineup. I mean, his role in that team made him a huge improvement, and now we'll see if they can continue right here. 3rd round is live. It's just a Deagle on Cold Zero that they saved from the last round. I think Fox saved that 5-7 as well, so they're just waiting and hoping they could do some damage, which they need to. They don't really have that many kills, and I think they're almost all from the pistol round, so be nice if they could pick up just 1 or 2. Just make sure that they limit the economy for FaZe. Make sure they have to really work for it. And actually, the T side, they're playing it fairly slowly in this round.
There is a bit of a mystery. We get into the exit. There we go. Kiyo zeroes in on Cold. Gets the wallbang shot.
His head popped through the floor. That's not supposed to happen, but it did. And that's a pretty easy cleanup. But they did also have the Molotov going down, which is such a nice grenade to be able to throw down the shadows. You don't have to check it nearly as hard. And this round is obviously done.
I mean, we're talking about how it's going to be difficult to predict SK, right? They've played Dust 2, they've played Mirage. Great. You have 2 maps you have some info on. You happen to be playing on one of them, so if you're Kerrigan, you're feeling pretty good about that. But FaZe themselves as well, they've played a lot of Nuke. And that isn't in this series. That isn't in this best of 3. And so SK have got limited information to go off of themselves, especially because once these teams start figuring who they're going to be playing against in the playoffs, who they're going to be playing against in the groups, they're not practicing against these opponents. They're trying to hide as much information as possible. So this is all going to be about mind games here between Fallen and Kerrigan. Easy kill for Kerrigan. Speak of the devil, he gets $600 in his pocket.
Fox, maybe he could save the armor. It looks like he's going to be successful in that venture, so not the best start here for the Brazilian side. They've got to be careful. You see, just as he jumps, man, that is just unfortunate. Clipping through the brush there, never gonna work out well for you.
Well, you got the man in question right there. Well, also the French hope. Not only 2-time major winner, he's been in the finals 3 times. This man is the last French player in the brackets. My heart is wounded. No envy, no G2.
Yeah, but who would have thought? I mean, that's also such a crazy story, isn't it? Yeah, he was the problem, and now he's here anyway. Just actually moved past all of his old teammates. That in itself is kind of interesting. And now we've got SK with the rifles, and I love this from Fallen as well. They're pushing in with a flashbang, and Rain, not a single chance there. He goes down. It's a really great way to get started in the 4th round.
So disappointing for Rain. That was so close. Look at Fur down to 22. Fallen even caught some flack there, down to 73. But Rain, that's also just instinct coming through. You're flashed, you know this play, you know it's a textbook kind of setup with the flash and the peek into pit. He nearly picks up a kill there, but he does a lot of damage, so that will help his teammates here going forward. Now FaZe looking to get that mid control. And this is really going to be the key, the focal point on the map. It's going to be mid. And so obviously Kerrigan wants to get his troops in here, wants to get control of this part to open up those avenues onto the B side, onto the A side.
So much mid. I mean, especially for a 4-on-5, this is an unreasonable amount of mid control that FaZe are being given. They should be careful, SK, because if they win even one duel right now, FaZe, if Kiyoshima or someone else opens up on that A bomb site, the last 2 members on it are going to have such a hard time. I do love this position for Fallen. It means if Fox and CT Spawn can stay alive and buy time, Fallen can come in and shoot them in the back. So let's see how that unfolds with just 35 seconds left. Not really that much time for the T side to get in onto the site now. They're running onto it, and finally they're going to engage. It's Fur picking up a kill, and the next one too. It's still a 3-on-2 with 25 seconds. They're trying to get that bomb plant in, but then comes Fallen, stops the bomb, and now Kerrigan, what could he possibly do? He gets one. It's going to go down to the Taco. Very well planned out round for SK Gaming.
And he does such a fantastic job, Fallen. He doesn't overextend. He doesn't need to. But real quick, I want to start doing this for the new viewers who are tuning in here to the Major. Welcome to the stream and welcome to CS. But when we're talking about mid on the map, we're going to start pointing out these focal points on the map right here. So this is the big part of the map that really is going to be looking, you're going to be looking at FaZe to control this part, and you're going to look at SK on the CT, on the defense, to try and take over it as well. Because this opens up these avenues to split onto the sites. You have connector on A right here, and you have short on B. This allows for the T side to get in through multiple angles. So mid, it's all about mid if you're on CT. You want to stop FaZe, or at least pressure them, stop them from getting mid control.
Kiyoshima down and out of the 5th round. And again, connected control from AZ. They do a lot with that, but now they've lost Rain, so now there's absolutely no pressure on SK. This is a bit bad. It means FaZe is slowing down early on. Kerrigan with the 1 kill, almost a second one. Close to a headshot there on Taco, who's alone in the B bomb side of the backup. Is coming in fairly quickly. Alu and AZ. Don't see them winning this round unless SK makes some big mistakes, which, why would they? No one's near a bomb site. No one's putting down any bombs right now. Getting shot in the back, though. That's not a good sign. Fox goes down.
And they haven't seen the bomb. That's the real issue here for SK. That's where it's going to start being a little bit confusing. With so much time left on the map, they don't know that the bomb could be rotating back from B. It could be still sitting up in B apartments. That 1 kill from AZ has sown confusion in the ranks. SK now, you can see they've already rotated 2 players back to A because now they don't know. They've left Taco alone on B. They're trying to cover all the bases. And so this has worked perfectly for FaZe. They've managed to spread out the defense, and this gives them a chance in the round to get this bomb plant.
Well, they're going to be running into Fur and Fallen. That won't be an easy fight to win. Grenade almost takes out Alu. That could have been done right there. Esse is so close, and he's not realizing Fur is right behind him. If he turns around, he gets the headshot, turning around, but it's not going to happen. Fur will get both the kills, 1 with the Molotov, 1 with the UMP. And that will be SK winning the round. And the real question is, why even did SK rotate everyone into B in the beginning? They were in a 4 versus 2. All they have to do is hold the line and make sure no one gets shot in the back. I think they were just two oversellers in that rotation. There's no reason to do that.
You have a lot of pressure, right? The nerves are starting to get... I mean, hell, SK, they've been to the finals many times now. They know how to thrive in these sorts of playoff situations. But even the best can show nerves just a little bit, right? And so that's going to be something that Fallen is going to pick up on. He's going to be like, calm down, boys. Deep breath. We're still in this, and it's still early days. 2-3, SK trailing. And it's going to be a force buy coming in here from FaZe. They've tapped out their bank now, FaZe. So they absolutely have to get a bomb plant in this round. Get that bonus money rolling, because SK, this is their golden opportunity here to really destabilize FaZe and get an easier start to the half.
We are looking at a default execute coming out of FaZe. See where the smokes land, all the way towards jungle and CT spawn. There are different variations, but they're going with the most common one. And to see if it's going to work, I sort of doubt. I mean, I think they get the bomb plant down, but I think the retake for SK is going to be quite powerful, which is a big feature of this A bomb site. Esse, though, wins a frag, and so does Kiyoshima. That's so big. SK failing and just holding the line. They should have just been able to pick them off as they came through. Now it's a lot of trouble for them. 4 versus 3 here. The bomb is down and planted. They can't really make it through there. Esse not going to give it up. He goes for the kill, gets the headshot, and he's going to try and repeat. Fox and Cold Zero, they need to just think about moving back at this point.
What fantastic work from the young Danish star. 2 kills for AZ. And, well, ever since he was on Dignitas, right, we've always kind of wondered, where is this AZ, this monster that was dominating Mirage? This is home turf for AZ. This is where we see the best out of AZ, at least when he was on Dignitas. He's still trying to figure that out on FaZe, but that's a solid round. And SK, they miss out on the chance. But what I do love is to see FaZe pushing jungle, is to see them, instead of going CT, we see T-side. A lot of the time, they'll rush CT to try and get control of that part of the map. It's not every day that we're seeing them flash through the smoke in the jungle to go and pressure Fur and plant for courtyard. That was a key part of the strategy for FaZe, and it worked perfectly due to the young Danish player.
Well, the crowd is definitely hyped up, and SK already with a bit of a timeout here. They have 4 of them in each map, so going to try and see if they can make some good use of it. But this is definitely an interesting start, isn't it? Fox saving the AWP is good news. Right now, it's Fur at top of the scoreboard with 6 kills, and on the other team, Kiyoshima with 7. I don't know. I'm just shocked because obviously SK can recognize those smokes coming in. They know that easy. And they make a conscious decision to say, we're not going to challenge the smoke by running through, which some teams do. Instead, we're going to wait on the other side. So they're waiting on the other side, and they still die. That's the problem, right? I mean, the whole point of waiting is that you're supposed to sort of hope that they actually do come through and make a mistake, and then you can kill them and get the retake in. So some basic stuff sort of falling apart in this round for SK. Now we'll see if they can make up for it with 3 UMPs, 1 AWP, and 1 M4. That's an adventure they're on now.
I like it. Let's go. SK are looking for a brawl right now. They want to fight this out and out. But they're playing very passively this time. SK showed their hand early. They showed that they're willing to go for this flash play exactly into pit this time around. They're holding passive angles, and it works perfectly for FaZe. Nobody flashed, and a free kill for Alu and Rain. 2-man advantage now for FaZe, and this is looking fantastic. SK, what do they have to fall back on here? Not a lot.
That could be wrong, but I don't think that was part of the plan for Fallen and Taco. They were probably hoping for something different there. 5 versus 3, and again, might be time to just back out already. First in a lot of trouble, unless they can get this kill on Carrigan. That actually allows Fur to escape. He's still sticking around in connector, and I'm not quite sure why. Looking for exits, maybe. This is shocking because at that rate, when you just lose the first engagement, 2 for nothing, what do you do? Like, whatever plan you had is just gone in that round.
And especially because FaZe, they're primed to go on A anyway. And so maybe if you have time to work the rest of the map, if FaZe are going for a control map kind of setup where they're spread out and they're looking for fights, right? Great. But with FaZe all stacked up, ready to go on A, you give them 2 kills on A, they're not going to waste any time. Carrigan is shouting, go, get on the site, because the defense has to rotate. This is our window to take it over, and they don't hesitate for a second. FaZe are looking fantastic here on T-side Mirage. They've played this map already, just to remind you, and that was an overtime win for SK, barely. And so FaZe are looking to rectify that mistake. This is the playoffs now, it's all on the line. 5-2 on T-side is an excellent scoreline here to start off the half.
Oh, they've got to be very happy at the moment. They've got the economy built in. It's not exactly amazing, but SK, they only are still sort of not saving or ecoing because they keep, saving some guns every round. If they lose everyone now, they're going to be ecoing real soon. Bomb is back in T-spawn, suggesting it's going to be a much slower round this time. And again, they could try and for some control here. Cold Zero is going to be falling back over at B. That's a bit of a shame. They have Fur and Fox near connector, so they could definitely do something. But I don't want it to be just Fur waiting there. That's too much.
Yeah, I like that AZ's deciding to give some ground over here. He is going to set it up for Alu, actually. That's the thing. That flash and AZ kind of baiting, it's all to set up Alu. If somebody was holding, he's got the op. He's looking for a pick, but nobody is there for SK Gaming. SK Gaming are really just going to give up mid right now in this round. They're counting on holding a strong defense on the sites themselves. You can see 2 players stacked over on B for SK and 3 over on A with the focus on connector. So this actually favors FaZe, because if FaZe go for a default smoke strategy here, they have 3 smokes still. If they put all of those out blocking stairs and jungle, 2 of the players are eliminated from SK immediately. It's going to be on Fallen to make the hero play, and we'll see. He's about to get tested here.
Fallen goes down. Fox has got the AWP, and he's actually rotating back into CT spawn. He wants to reposition himself out of those smokes. That's actually very smart positional play coming out of the Portuguese player. Karrigan right around the corner, reloading almost in the face of Fallen, who takes down Rain. That drops the bomb right of his 30 seconds. FaZe clan, they need to do something right here. And Karrigan is patiently waiting while those smokes are evaporating, so they don't have any more grenades to put down. That's fallen out of the ground, but 20 seconds here. Esse comes through. The timing is so good against Fur. Now Fox has to do a lot in this CT spawn. He takes down Esse, but the bomb is going to be planted. Karrigan is already on it. Taco trying to charge through, but he can't find the angle, so a 3-on-3 retake is coming up.
An advantage for FaZe now because they can set up the triangle. You can see Cold, the Terminator, trying to get in position here. He has been boosted, but nobody's going to show on FaZe. They don't need to. Until they hear a tap on the bomb, until that defuse goes through, they don't need to peek. And this is elementary textbook CS. Boom. There's the angle. Alu wall bangs it though. Taco still survives. Cold's going to take down Kiyoshima, but Karrigan's there to trade. They know where Cold is. They know where Fox is playing from as well. FaZe have all the info.
Yeah, tapping the bomb once. Great headshot from Cold Sierra. Now Alu comes charging out with the Tech 9. Tech 1 goes for a second. He's down. The defuse has been cancelled. I don't think there's much time any longer. And Fox, he tries the best that he could, but he goes up with the bomb regardless, and FaZe will win yet one more round. 6-2 the scoreline. Great timing on Alu there. He doesn't fall for it the first time because they did tap the bomb beforehand.
Man, I love this so much. You really do have that setup coming through where they get that smoke down to jungle, they get that smoke here, but you notice they had 2 players coming in from underpass. And so FaZe are making it look like this is going to be everybody coming through pit. They're all going to come out through pit. They're all going to come through pass. Nobody's going to be in mid. No, it's the delayed timing for those players coming in from underpass to eviscerate the defense who are holding on the other side of that smoke. FaZe, it's just layer upon layer that we're seeing here on this T side from FaZe. Karrigan, the mastermind, is putting Fallen to the test. And now it's an eco round for SK Gaming.
Yeah, for once they don't manage to save 2 or 3 rifles, so it's going to get tough, although it's a good start. Taking out Kiyoshima with a deagle. Fallen almost winning that fight with Karrigan. Grenade on him would have been the end, but FaZe not actually going to commit to the bomb site. I feel like we've got the time. There's no reason to really panic right now. 4-on-4 still. I think they're right. Just a minute and 15 seconds. Might as well try and slow play this. Then now they have absolute confirmation that SK only have pistols anyway, so why would you go charging into a bomb site and just, potentially throwing the round away? It's a nice boost that's going on here, though. I kind of like that.
Clever, right? I mean, we saw the one from CT and with Cold in the last one. I always love that boost as well because you get to look over that CT smoke. That's why a lot of teams, when they take over a site, they look more for courtyard control. Because CT, you can get one smoke down, but then there are multiple ways to boost over that smoke, which can make your life a nightmare. And so a lot of the times you want to get courtyard because then you just plant for that. You're worried about stairs, you're worried about jungle. You've got 2 angles, that's it, right? So right now, we're seeing a little bit of creativity coming out from SK because, well, they desperately need it. They have to come up with a curveball here. FaZe right now are just running away with this half, 6-2, and they're primed to take 7 here, FaZe.
Fox, good position with the AK, but when he misses the shot, that's going to be a big problem, and easily goes down. Fur gets a kill, but he's going to get knocked out by Alu as well. And that leaves Taco and Cold Zero. It's a good shot from Cold, and actually because Karrigan is so low, somehow this round can still be won by SK. Ridiculous as it sounds. They plant the bomb default, and Alu is going to be running all the way back into T-spawn and up into apartment. So he is going for the clutch once again and leaving Karrigan to his own devices down there. If they had a grenade, he'd already be gone. But with the MAC-10 against no armor, he can still get a kill because of the aim punch effect. Waiting for it still. Around the box he goes. And there's Alu helping out. Taco down and out. Now Cold Zero has got to think this probably can't happen anymore. He doesn't have a kit, and you see how much his aim goes all over the place when he gets tagged up. Yeah, this is pretty much done. FaZe, it was real close that they lost this round, but they managed to hold on to it, and Cold just making sure they go up with the bomb, I think. Yeah. Alu's going to try and make a run for it. I think he's going to make it as well, so Still 7-2 and a very expensive round for FaZe.
I think you're dead on. That's so sick for Cold. He's just like, you know what? I'm just going to stay alive. If I can stay alive long enough for Alu to go up with the bomb, this is it, because I'm going to buy in the next round, so I don't care if I lose the AK. Sadly, he only takes Kerrigan with him, who had the MAC-10, so it's a nice attempt from Cold. Just small details that make all the difference, right? But we're into the next round now. We're going into the 10th round. It's 7-2, FaZe T-side Mirage, way in the lead. And this is SK's big chance. And, well, this has been the strategy that SK fall back on. They have 3 very solid offers on this map, and they're looking to take advantage of that now. Double op already being busted out here by SK. I'm surprised it isn't the triple, though, Anders, to be frank.
Why not? I mean, mathematically, it's a sound strategy, right? Just the more the merrier. I like it. Cold Sierra all the way over by that truck in the B bomb site. That frees up Taco to go and do a lot more, so I'm not sure why he's holding on the bomb site itself. I feel like he would be put to better use being out by Catwalk, say, where Alu's walking in, just because he would get more information. But he's playing it fairly defensively. Esse getting the kill on Fur, who, like a madman, jumps through the smoke. I'm not even sure why.
Unreal. Fox, he's counting his lucky stars that nobody pushed, and now he's got the angle, and Fox takes a bullet to the face. AZ is unleashed right now. He is doing so much work. Cold looking for a repeat, and Taco's going to find 1 kill in the meantime, but Alu and Rain will be there to open up the B side wide, and SK are getting wrecked right now. Soon to be 8-2. Fallen gets the parting shot on Alu, but it's not going to be good enough. They can save that AWP, no problem at all. And now it's a question of whether FaZe, they feel like hunting. What's their money like? It's not fantastic for FaZe right now, so they don't really want to risk the guns.
Listen, Cold Sierra, you only get 1 of those in a lifetime, so trying for it again is definitely just too much. It's a good job on Kiyoshima to take away Fallen as well, making sure that he doesn't save anything. 8-2, ladies and gentlemen. Who saw this coming on the first map of the quarterfinals against SK Gaming, that it would be FaZe Clan up 6 rounds against the Brazilian powerhouse? They're sort of making a half buy in this round, just spreading out the money and trying to see if they can have any chance to come back in this game. But I think at the minimum, they need 6 rounds in this first half here. I think they need 6 rounds on CT side. You
know what concerns me, Anders, is that we've only seen 1 tactical timeout from SK.
Yeah.
They have 4 of them. Historically, Fallen doesn't really hesitate throwing out those tactical timeouts. And if you don't see tactical timeouts getting used by Fallen, that's when you really start to get concerned for SK. Just because, yeah, Fallen is that kind of tactical leader who will slow things down and talk it over with his team. So it might be that we will get one after this round going into a bye for SK, where Fallen's going to try and come up with something to start countering FaZe. But we're seeing real depth to the strategy here for FaZe. Now they're changing it up. They're heading back towards that B site. So once things start to get comfortable on A, Kerrigan, oh, nope, time to head over to that other site. Test the defense there. Fur wins the duel straight up versus Kerrigan. Nicely done there, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, I think in terms of calling, Kerrigan is sort of hitting a zone now, right now, where everything just lines up perfectly for him every time. But he is also not getting that much pressure on him from SK Gaming. Yes, they've tried for the A ramp push and trying to see if they can sort of flash that win. It sort of worked once, but there's not been any sort of push to top mid. There hasn't been much action over at B either. No underpass pushes. These are some of the things that we're used to seeing out of SK Gaming, and they used to be so aggressive with it, where they're not thinking, oh, maybe we'll win this fight. They just, no, we'll just do it. We just go and do it, and that's it.
You know who we're seeing a lack of? It's Fur. Because that's Fur's responsibility on SK, is to be the ultra-aggressive player right now. He's leading the way with kills. He's got 8-1-8 for SK, sitting at the top of the scoreboard. But he has gone for flashes, right? He did go for the flash into connector where AZ countered him. But where's the top mid push, right? Where are more of the pit pushes coming through here? Every time SK have actually tried to go for the aggression, they've been hard countered. So now, really, it's going to come down to how quickly does it take Fur to get his confidence back to start going for those again, because it's going to be necessary. Mirage is one of those maps where you have a lot of room to work with on the CT side.
I'm so confused about this position from Fur and Cold Sierra and Fox. That's almost 3 people that they have in connector.
This is the major, after all. And it is ELEAGUE. Shout out to Arby's.
Absolutely excellent. Man, this crowd is definitely ready. I'm loving it, and so is Rain. He takes down Fur. That's such a good start, and Fallen is next in line. Rain finally going to be going down. No more the Norwegian player. Fox trying to see if he can close it out on Carrigan. He will be able to. Still a 3-on-3. AZ's down, and that was well Taco with the perfect timing. I think that actually saved Fox. Now the bomb is down, and Alu, he's still in kitchen, waiting. That's such a powerful position. How are they going to make their way through? Oh no, they think it's the A bomb site. No, this is a disaster for SK. They're spending all their time, all their grenades. They're not realizing it. Now finally it's going to dawn on them. We have been duped.
Get played, suckers! That's what Carrigan's thinking. Unreal! Oh, the shame! They just won the round by completely mind gaming you, SK. Like, sit with that and let that soak in for a minute. You didn't even see them and they wrecked you.
Ooh, that is hard to come back from.
All right, timeout. It's got to be a tactical timeout now for SK. You got it. Come on, Fallen. You have to slow it down now. What?
Well played, sir. Well played.
There it is. Perfect.
Just absolutely well played.
SK called a timeout. SK finally decide. All right, that was a tipping point. Enough is enough. We just got completely wrecked that last round. Now we need to try and slow down here and take a breath because this is getting a little out of hand. Double digits on T side for FaZe. Now, SK, they kind of have that old NIP quality. They have that VP quality that we saw last night where you can never really count them out. They are always capable of coming back no matter what the score is. But they've got one hell of a job ahead of them here because FaZe, they just look like they've got this map on lock. And there we go, double FaZe.
It's amazing, and it's the Norwegians that are tuning in. You can even tell by the Twitter handle that they were.
I recognize you, Vendetta. I see you there.
No, definitely very cool. Rain, without a doubt, one of the smartest players that we have. Now we're finally seeing something out of her. He's pushing up on the stairwell, getting the kill on Kiyoshima, but he gets shot down. Alu taking the battle. It's a refrag coming in, Fallen taking down AZ, but then the instant refrag again. FaZe just ready with the revenge all the time. Carrigan now stepping up with a kill on Cold Sierra. 2 versus 3. Fox is pushing up right behind. He's almost got the timing on Carrigan. Rain is going to be dropped. Now that's the bomb as well. Taco setting up for a flash. It's not really the best one. And Alu just going to turn around for it, not getting flashed. How could this work out? They've got to be very careful. Taco about to be sandwiched, but he drops Alu. And that will be Carrigan now. 1 versus 2. A minute left.
And Taco's got the op now. Taco... Little do you know, Taco's actually very good with the AWP. But Carrigan's going to shoulder peek that, and now he has confirmation. He knows what's going on, and now we're going to see the real chops here. We're going to see the leader coming through with all of the secrets, folks.
Tell me he doesn't know that grenade. It actually does that right in front of Taco.
That's so sick!
Unbelievable.
There we go. Style points for Carrigan. I'll give him that. 40 seconds. He's got time to work with as well. Fox letting him know that he's on short as well. So now Carrigan has all the information. He knows that Taco's up here with an op, and that Fox is on short. And he gets to pick up that bomb and run right back to the site. This is sick play from the Danish in-game leader, but Fox has got the angle there once again with the shoulder jiggle. Baits the shot, and Fox misses the follow-up. What is going on, Carrigan? You're actually doing this.
He's almost getting it shut down here, but you can tell the level of homework that he's put into this match. He's going to go for the fight. He does get shut down by Fox, but just every step of that, baiting out the shots, but the fact that he knew that grenade is so cool, and he just sort of does it on the fly. Very well done. It allows him to pick up the bomb. It will give SK Gaming a 3rd round. Finally, something working out for them, and they're running. You can see Taco is looking for a weapon to pick up, and I think he did find the other AWP, so 10-3, ladies and gentlemen, in favor of FaZe. Finally, something is working out here for SK, though. Now they need to continue. They have to win the last 3 rounds or 2 rounds here.
And this is key for SK, this kind of round win, because we're going to have the tactical timeout here for FaZe, so just keep that in mind. An extra 30 seconds where the players can actually talk, and more importantly, the coach who's standing behind him, Robon, a legend in his own right, gets to have some input here in what he's noticing. But that was so important that they win that round for SK Gaming, because Fur, once again, he went aggressive. And Fur is a confident player. He will go aggressive, but if it isn't working for him, his play suffers, and they count so heavily on Fur and his ability to perform, SK, to get them those Ws, right? So the fact that they actually win that round, it's going to be key for SK going forward in the last 2 rounds of this half. They need more aggression, they need Fur to step up, and they need to start actually locking down rounds here, SK.
And we know from talking to a lot of the other teams that actually Fur is one of the players that most of the players don't like playing against, because he is that aggressive and he's really hard to stop once he's on a roll. So if they could shut him down, that's a big win. Oh no!
Ouch.
Kerrigan catching that, oh sorry, Kiyoshima catching the grenade. Now he's going to be running all the way into Connector, unfazed by the shrapnel. He's going to pick up the kill. Kerrigan with one on Cold Zero. Oh my god! Kiyoshima, what are you doing? Taking down for point blank range, and Fox and Taco are left now wondering what the hell is going on.
As if we couldn't get more style in this game. We've got the sexy smokes coming up from Kerrigan, but we got burst jumping Glock shots from Kyo now. Okay, okay. Man advantage now for FaZe. And they've got bomb control as well. They've got the sight. The more time that they allow for Fox to work his way into position, however, is going to make this more difficult for FaZe. So they really do need to get that bomb down and ticking. And it looks like they're finally going to feel comfortable enough to do that now. So planning for CT, Kerrigan rather clearing that angle out, no problem. Do they get caught by Fox? He's got full utility as well to try and help Taco here.
Yeah, especially that Molotov is going to be interesting. If they can get the defuse, they have to fight for it. I don't think they could just give up this round and try and save for the next one. That is not a good idea. Already the engagement starting. Fox trying to throw out a couple of grenades. Taco has already shown himself, so now they know exactly where the CT players are on the FaZe side, and that bomb is so out in the open. CT spawn, how are they going to make sure it doesn't happen? Rain with instant headshot. Now Taco trying inside the smoke. He's there, they're knifing. 3 seconds left, there comes the shot. Kerrigan taking him down, ending the nonsense. He is also top fragging at 13 kills right now. The captain of the team, and also doing just a lot. Look at this kill here. Puts on the burst. He actually puts on the burst just as he jumps.
So sick.
What a madman.
What a Frenchman, Anders.
What a, yeah, well, those are synonymous, aren't they? 15th round is coming up here. It is just a grotesque performance out of FaZe Clan. I did not see this coming. And SK are absolutely going to be shook after this half. We're not going to rule anything out, obviously. This is a major, and we've already seen some crazy comebacks. That's a nice flashbang there. But Alu also went down, and Taco's next in line, so that opens up the P-bomb side quite a lot.
And rather than just take the bait phase, they're going for the mind games once again. This could get antsy for Rain, however. If he's running with his knife out, no. He sees the push coming, wins the duel versus Fallen, had his AK. Excellent work there from Rain. The number of times we see players running back through T-spawn, no worries at all. Kyo wins the duel versus Cold, and this round is done. It's over. 1v4.
How does Q win the battle against Cold? He was just throwing a grenade. That's not supposed to work, but it does. 12-3 in favor of FaZe. In the first map of the last quarterfinals here, you see Alu nodding his head approvingly at his teammate, saying, well done, mate, well done. This is out of control. Cold Zero is at 6 kills, Fallen is at 5. How often does that happen that those two players are at the very bottom of the scoreboard in the server?
What's going to be fascinating here is to see what kind of strategies SK want to start using here to go up against FaZe when they get onto that C side, because FaZe, we've already seen a good diversity, right? Hitting B, hitting A, really mixing it up, right? They go for a few on A, and then they'll swap over to B and try and make it more difficult for SK to get in their heads, right? To start figuring out where they want to go. SK have a tendency, however, to zero in on bomb sites. They'll just hit that bomb site repeatedly, round after round. And so, are FaZe going to be able to withstand that initial push? FaZe picked up the pistol off of a sick 1v2 clutch from Kyo in the first half. Now can they lock down the CT side?
Well, I'm hearing people chanting SK pistol. Maybe it is going to happen. They certainly do need it. They've got 2 Molotovs, which is always interesting. A little bit out of the ordinary. Kiyoshima taking the fight and not connecting with the USP, so might have to give up on that fight. Alu as well is down to 3 health, so mid control in favor of the Brazilian side, and they're going to use the get onto the catwalk. Well, Taco is lurking over at apartments on the A side. Remember to watch out for that. AC, not really yet happening. There's finally a click. No one challenging AC. Kerrigan picks up a kill in SK. It's falling apart for them in this round. He gets one more. Cold Zero gonna finally be able to run him down. That gives them A control, but the bomb is dropped on the other side, and Rain comes in with a headshot. That leaves Taco no health and no hope at all. He's gonna go down. FaZe cementing this map win. I don't see any way you can come back from this. I mean, they're obviously going to have to buy in this round. I mean, just go for the Deagle and armor or something.
All right, now what was sick about that is SK are counting on somebody like Keo or like AZ to make a mistake, I think, in this round, because they put everybody going up short, taking over mid initially, and then running up short towards B. The only problem is they played it perfectly, FaZe. Keo only peeked angles where he was going to be fighting in a 1v1, and AZ showed great patience peeking at connector where, again, he was only fighting 1v1. They never really had a chance to get multiple Glocks into the fight to run somebody over on the defense. FaZe right now, they're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and you know, that position that AZ is playing in, later in the game, there would be someone smoking him off, right? But because there's a pistol round, they've got no smokes to actually do anything about it. So you can just take free shots pretty much all day long. It's a bit terrifying, isn't it? Here comes Taco, though, with a deagle. Easy
Boom.
shot there. Rain didn't even see what hit him.
That's painful if you're Rain. Or not. I mean, you're gone. You're just done. You get to actually. It's painful for you because you get to sit there and watch your teammates play the rest of the round. But your teammates are still well equipped. 3 UMPs, the FAMAS, couple of nades left to work with here for FaZe, and I love it, not cutting any corners. Look at that, 3 kits as well. If that bomb gets planted, FaZe have got a very good chance of defusing it. Now it comes to the setup because SK Gaming are about to go cascading onto this A site. Taco and Palace, this is his favorite place on the map pretty much, but the rest of his team, they're about to show up.
AC in the corner. Oh, he turns his back. Almost saying, just, you know what, I'm ready to be out of this round 2. Alu in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down the fur. SK right at the brink of losing this map. They're now finally answering back. Kiyoshima and Carrigan left. It's a 2-on-5 right now, and the bomb not yet planted. They're waiting for it. They want to make absolutely sure they win this. Now 3-on-1. Kiyoshima, he should not be able to bring this back. We'll see if he can. He gets the 1 kill. Does not have a lot of health either, and doesn't have a defuse kit, so he's going to have to run for this one.
Yeah, you can pick one up on the site. So it's a question right now of whether or not Fallen and Taco are going to make mistakes, and I highly doubt it. These players are veterans. They're way too experienced in these sorts of situations. They should not be peeking Keo, and so that's why you see Keo sprinting around. He knows he doesn't have time to play with. He has to hunt somebody down, turn it into a 1v1 immediately, and Taco is doing a marvelous job. He's bought so much time. Now it's on Fallen to save the day, but he's got a UMP, and he's got the angle. This is just not going to happen for Keo.
Well, Fallen might end up going up with the bomb. Kiyoshima sort of luring him into it. Fallen's going to run the other way, so Kiyoshima really getting the maximum out of that round. He got the 3 kills, saved the defuse kit, I suppose, and got, made sure SK only survived with 1 member. And that's obviously very important here. So even if the Brazilians won the round, they don't have that much money in the bank at all. Right now, 13-4, but SK, it'd be sort of a VP level of comeback if they can make this work.
I am a bit surprised to see Rain's positioning when going up against SK Gaming on T side, though, because Taco just always goes Palace, right? And it's almost becoming like an indicator for SK. When Taco's in Palace, pretty high chances that SK want to wind up on A eventually. And you see, again, right into Palace here for Taco, straight off the bat. And so for Rain to be holding that angle with nobody watching Palace to cover him, that just speaks maybe to some miscommunication going in there on FaZe as far as who was watching what, right? The setup left a gap there for Taco to take advantage of. FaZe shouldn't be making that mistake again.
Some great mid-control coming out of the FaZe side, and AZ opening up on Cold Zero does not make anything easier for SK. Now, they're falling back into the sights. They got what they came for in middle. Taco having a bit of a fight, but Alu right around the corner. So as Taco's busy spraying long range against Rain, he gets taken out for now creeping into connector. Timing, not exactly great now. He's been found out, and it's a good job that he can get back there. That could have been bad.
Now it's about grouping up. That bomb, however, it's up in Palace again. And Alu, Rain, Kiyoshima, really FaZe trying to cover as much ground as possible. They're worried about a boost into mid-window, which is why Kiyoshima's rotated back over there to cover that angle. And this is going for the catch-all approach. Rain is going to be the first line of defense here, however, for FaZe. Walks around the corner. Can he hit the flick? Not going to get it. Fox sprays him down. No Kevlar there for Rain, so he didn't really have much of a shot if he didn't get the first one off.
Yeah, but Alu's stolen an AK, and they don't have really many more grenades to get rid of him, so he could get a quick kill here. That could be really bad, especially on Fallen. He has the bomb. If it stays up there, they have to go and pick it up, and it does fall down on the low ground. Alu trying for the second spray, but not quite connecting. Still a 2-on-3. SK, they must win this round. They have to win this round, otherwise the map is probably going to be lost. Fox getting real close to AC. They're going to go for the double peek, in fact. Both of them running for it, and Kiyoshima with a great headshot, taking down Fur. Now a 1-on-2. Fox creeping out with 9 seconds left. It seems almost impossible. He kind of has to hold down the bomb. If he gives it up, there might not be enough time. That's it. As long as Kiyoshima lives, the round is won, and Fox knows it. Can't do anything about it. They're trying to see if they can hunt him down in the corner. Kyo, not going to get it done, but still another round for FaZe Gaming. 14-4 here. A 10-round lead.
And that was a half buy from FaZe as well. That wasn't like they forced up with Kevlar and everybody. That was them managing their economy. They played off the rifle. They played aggressive. And SK, they just didn't have the confidence to close the round out. 14-4 though, a 10-round lead, CT side for FaZe. And just to remind you, I mean, if this is your first time watching, we don't usually see such dominant scorelines from the T side in the first half. This is still a CT-sided map. We expect the defense to come out ahead in the points. And so FaZe right now, all they need is 2 more rounds. And they're starting very strong here in the last quarterfinals of this major.
Very, very rough. Fallen looking for the flick, and he does damage to Carrigan. It wasn't a headshot, unfortunately. Right on the limit here.
Very clever stuff. He should have seen the bomb there as well. That's where we're seeing the rotation, I think, from AZ so quickly over there. So Kerrigan, a little bit of information there, but they aren't committing SK Gaming. Instead, they're going to be wrapping back around, and it looks like they want to get that mid control, opening up the options once again on the map. You can see Taco taking point with that Deagle. He's dangerous with that Deagle. One-shot headshot with that pistol at any range, pretty much. So good that he's taking point, hoping to catch somebody being greedy on FaZe, hoping to have somebody actually holding angles. Instead, it's going to be Alu getting rushed by Fur. And a strong start here for SK Gaming, although AZ is there to trade. Takes down Fallen, gets greedy, goes for the repeat, and Fur once again there to punish.
Very, very good stuff from Fur. That's what they need, and they need a lot more of it. What a way to start off a round. 4 versus 3, and Kiyoshima is down. It's Fur again with a triple rain, actually catching one. Can he get the second? He does! And that's the bomb down. Oh no, with 30 seconds left. He's holding on to it, Rain. They're coming for him. He's going to get taken out by Fox. Carrigan, can he catch them before they pick it up? No, the timing is off by just a few seconds. Fox going to make it back around the corner, and Carrigan's job just got a whole lot harder. It may be a quad kill here for Fur.
Impossible. Because now, exactly, for this very reason, Fur even does some HE damage. Fur knows he's close, and with the pre-fire, it was going to be done for days. FaZe, they're battling back, but SKR as well. 5 rounds on the board now for SK Gaming, despite the Norwegian players' hopes and dreams. I mean, like, he is the hope of Norway. If you're a Norwegian fan, you're tuning in large part because of this man right here, the beast from Norway. He's been in it for so long now, and he is one of the biggest clutch players that you can have on your team. For the longest time, Rain was the man you turned to. If it was a 1vx, you looked to him because he always seemed to get the job done, never giving in under the pressure.
I mean, based on that last round, Fur is now up to 18 kills, and oh my god, AZ dispatches of Taco. No questions being asked.
Was it crunchy?
Just a bit. I can't believe it, the Fur is top fragging in spite of them being this far behind. It's about everybody else right now.
He's come alive, right? He started strong in the first half. I mean, he's been leading the way for SK the entire map long. I mean, it is one of those win conditions. You have to have Fur in the fight. Now, where are Cold? Where is Fallen? These are the 2 key plays that you're looking for. And once again, Fur delivers, and he does massive damage to AZ as well. Now swaps to the Tech 9, and starting to get a little hairy here for him. He's going to have to back out. 20 HP left on him. But they maintain the man advantage, SK, and that's the important bit.
Kerrigan right around the corner is Cold Zero. They're doing a good job right now. SK not just overextending and not just running into crazy fights. There's AZ going down. Patiently waiting. Cold Zero does forget to turn around, but it doesn't matter. Run and gun with the UMP, why not? Alu, the last one left, and Fur almost catching him. He's going to get shot in the face, though. And Cold there with the refrag. Quad kill from the all-star player. 14-6 is the scoreline here. Slowly, SK are starting to warm up. The engine is going now. They're really figuring it out. And yet, the comeback seems like it's just miles away. The one thing they have going for them is now FaZe have much more difficulty in holding on to the economy here. They have just some pistols, and this is going to keep going throughout the rest of the game if they can just keep winning rounds.
Well, Kerrigan, I think, is a veteran, right? He has enough experience to know that when you're in a lead like this on the CT side, stop playing games, stop forcing. It gets to a point you can do it for a round, right, just to see how it works. But after that, go for hard ecos. Take your time. Don't get shot in the back. That's not part of the plan there, Alu. But just save your money so that you can get the full buy with all of the grenades, the kits, everything to back you up. Sacrifice a couple of rounds to get that done, FaZe, because you're so far ahead. So make that your focus now. If Kiyoshima can hold on to the AK, that would be actually a pretty big win, but I think Fur is going to find him. No, Fallen takes him down first.
And there it is. And I think you're right. When you have this big of a lead, you just need 2 rounds. You need to grind them out somehow. And if those 2 rounds, you're going to try and build them off the back of, a sort of a half from us M4 buy, that's not reasonable, Just make sure you get all the equipment, which is kind of what they have done here. I'm not opposed to this buy at all. Wish someone would pick up a defuse kit, which no one can now, so No.
That's where you want somebody to go for the FAMAS, right? You know, you'd kind of expect Kerrigan actually to take that hit. He's done it in the past, where back when he played on Estados, he used to go for Tech 9 in these sorts of situations just to afford to get nades. But everybody wants the M4s. Everybody wants the firepower in this round. And so FaZe are banking on SK not getting that bomb plant. So we'll see. Can they get the job done? AZ there with the aggression. Catches Fur. The heavy hitter from SK has been snuffed early. And the man advantage. Taco desperate to try and bring it back, but it's not going to happen for him.
You know, that smoke making his life slightly difficult. 22nd round. FaZe, they know any mistake right now that SK make, if they can just capitalize on it, probably this map is theirs. Fallen didn't quite see the feet. I think you could maybe of Alu, who's somewhere up there. Hiroshima maybe. Rain is going to be getting the kill on Cold Syrup, and now things are looking very bad for SK. Take a tremendous amount of firepower to bring it back from a 3v5 here. They're under a minute left as well. Creeping up into connector. This is not good. Rain looking to take the fight. They've announced themselves on the stairwell as well.
Do everything you can at this point. There we go. AZ gets flashed in. Perfect. Gets the headshot. Gets double team. Kiyoshima with the double spray. And now it's all on Fallen. 1v4. 35 seconds left to make the play. And he's walking into a crossfire. 3-wave crossfire. Might as well be a box at this point because he's going to get shot in the back from short as soon as he gets contact. But it doesn't even matter. Rain holding the angle. Does not miss. And it's map point for FaZe. 15-7. And a dominant first map right now for the one real mixed team, apart from perhaps Mouse Sports. Navi might as well be a CIS mix at this point, but really, FaZe, the project started out with them coming from all sorts of different European nationalities, communicating in English, and well, now here they are. They're in a quarterfinals, and they're doing a fantastic job. They're looking very good for the semis at this point if they keep up this pace.
But they absolutely are. Obviously, this is a best of 3, so nothing is set and done yet. Obviously, we're going to have a map 2 no matter what happens. Taco, fairly aggressive, again on the stairwell over by the A-bomb site. And some attempt at mid-control coming out of SK. Let's see what they can do. Shot raining out onto Fur, in fact, getting 30, or down to 33 health on him. That's not exactly great.
Nicely done there by Fox. That's the kind of kill that's going to make the difference. 3 HP left on him, and he roasts. How does he roast? How does he die? Ah, Fox, I was praising you there. And Rain is going to find Taco over on Pit. That leaves 3 players left alive here for SK Gaming, and Fur has already been dusted up a bit. He's down to 28. Can Alu hit the flick because he's going to get peeked? Here's the timing. 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. Textbook from SK. They get the kill to bring it back to a 3-on-3, but AZ's there to save it.
Oh, man. Fallen and Cold Sierra left. Trying to hold on to this map for them. It's obviously a map point for FaZe right now. 55 seconds. Fallen and Cold Sierra are left, and they have the bomb, and they're trying to see if they can make their way all the way into Underpass, and then maybe on Catwalk 2, if they can do the same sandwich trick onto Kiyoshima, then this can definitely work out. AZ's miles away, and Cold Sierra is actually trying to make sure that there's no one in window who can quickly rotate in and foil their plans, but it's up to Kiyoshima right now to hold on to this bomb site.
It's very solid patience coming in here from SK. They're just setting the bait, hoping that somebody's going to walk into their trap, but it's not going to happen just yet. Kiyoshima actually worried about somebody coming from ladder room going into window and looking to get the backstab on the B defense. So this is all going to come down to the retake. They both have kits, and they have a flash on Kiyoshima, so there's some utility here to make their lives easier. Unfortunately, Kiyo peaks just a second too late, but still, once that bomb starts getting planted, it's going to be go time, and there's going to have to be a very quick rotation. No, he's there to deny it!
It's done.
Unreal.
It's done. There's nothing that they can do. Kiyoshima just needed to get that kill. 16-7 in favor of FaZe. They're going to win the first map here, the last quarterfinals, in what has to be an absolutely demoralizing fashion. You were playing it right to the edge, but when he walks in to get that kill, Fallen, he can't get the refrag. There's nothing that he could do at that point in time. Unbelievable.
To wait too long and to let the clock end it on this sort of map. This is the kind of start that we were looking for here in the quarterfinals. The underdogs battling back and taking the first map away from SK. We're going to break, and then we'll hear what the analysts have to say. Thank you.
Welcome back to the E-League Major here at the Fox Theatre, and it turns out that FaZe were right to pick Mirage here. Sure, SK Gaming, great comeback against them initially when they played in the group stages, but FaZe looked dominant here. We're going to break it down on the desk, and I'm just going to start with something, Duncan. I'm going to invoke Cypress Hill, and let's be real. This has really been about, you like that one? This is really about Fallen and kind of how he's had a poor major by his incredibly high standards. I mean, I know he's working with a new player, trying to integrate him and stuff, but I think when SK Gaming have won, it's really been about Fur and Cold, and Fallen's kind of been the amazing impact player who's really been adrift so far. Do you agree?
Yeah, one of the big problems as well for me is that you put a lot of pressure on Cold Zero and Fur then. I mean, Cold Zero, take everything else away, he has to turn him no matter what, but now Fur has to join him consistently because Fallen cannot have the same impact. Remember, there was a day not so long ago, it was a couple of years ago, when Fallen wasn't the all-pro of his team, and guess what, he wasn't even vaguely a star player. In fact, the whole team was Fur, and then everyone trying to team play around them. So take the all-pro away from Fallen, he doesn't get those early peaks, he doesn't make the same information plays, he's just become just another player in the team. And the problem is, it's not like Fox is the same type of AWPer. He's a very different type of AWPer. He's just a holding angle AWPer, you know, where you put him in one spot, you say, just watch there, you're more comfortable with this weapon than a rifle. I think the big gap in this game for me was, you remember the setting of when FaZe lost that game to SK on Mirage? Cold Zero was dropping like 30 kills in that game. You know, Fur was a monster in that game. That wasn't happening this time around, so you can't just rely on Cold Zero to drop 30 if you want to win these games.
Yeah.
I mean, FaZe, I understand why they put Mirage on again. If I was in that game, I'd say the same thing if I'm Carrigan. Let's run it back. We were in a winning position, we had control of the game. They had clutch rounds, they had two guys dropping 30. Some of those conditions might not happen next time, and they didn't, and it's a dominant win.
And a tale of two in-game leaders in a lot of ways, because I just thought tactically, FaZe had such control over this map. We all remember the round where they got duped.
Yeah, out of the jockstrap.
Yeah,
incredible.
Played suckers, as Semela said it. I mean, you know, they were just in complete control. They went where they wanted, they did what they wanted, and this is just proof that this is FaZe's best map right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it also speaks to the fact that, I mean, just looking at the box where you have players, there's no one like that's massively above the others. I mean, there's 4 players from 17 to 19 kills on the scoreboard. So when you have that kind of a group effort, and again, much like Duncan just mentioned, Cold Zero in this game, he has to be good, and he only had 57 ADR and 12 kills. He wasn't that star player. They only had Fur really kind of clicking right now. But this is something where, I mean, Keo has a great game, but when you have the whole team playing very, very well, it makes it so easy for Carrigan to call anything, because no matter where they go on the map, it's going to work. And you do have to say, this game could have been a little bit different, maybe not in terms of the overall outcome, but definitely closer, considering all the close rounds that FaZe was able to pull out over SK that SK normally wins.
Yeah, and Duncan, obviously we do get called out a little bit on the desk because we tend to speak in generalities. I'll get specific with you here. Let's talk about Kiyoshima, because he had a great game there. Obviously, in previous iterations, in French teams, didn't really work for him. He was brought back by Carrigan to be this role player. That's what everyone called him, that's what everyone said. Explain in very specific details what that kind of means.
Well, the key detail is, before when they had Jacob, he was someone where he's a star player, but left to his own ends, he didn't really fit the team, you know. He couldn't deliver that consistently. So they've done in this team what you'll often hear me recommending to a lot of the talented teams, but who don't click. I say remove a star player. Get a star player out there, pick who you're going to rely on. So in this case, I think the team in general works around Rain and AZ. They're like the star players, you know. Alu's more of a safe type AWPer. So that leaves Kiyoshima in a position where his job is, Carrigan, what do I do now? He tells him what to do, and I think those two working together, you see so many teams where the in-game leader and people who are the entry players, they have to be on the same page. They're like the rhythm section of the band, you know. They're never going to get all the plaudits, but they're setting everything up for the star player to make his plays. So what you've seen now is Kiyoshima's a useful player. When people make the whole meme of like, oh, he was the problem, well, he was certainly a big problem in those teams, partly because he'd been pushed out of any kind of position. They were winning without him in MVS. They won a major.
Used to be an entry man at one point.
So actually at that point in time, it felt as though he was surplus to requirements, and then he lost his motivation as a result of it, you know. Now you can see he's got this second chance. The team's fantastic, and suddenly you're on the brink of a semi-final, so it's no wonder he's in the prime of his career at the moment.
Yeah, Jason, I'll pick your brains a little bit about that as well, just in terms of the technical aspects of what FaZe are doing right and how that links to Kiyoshima being this kind of glue that's held them together at this major.
Well, I mean, part of it too is I think more than anything, it just helps Carrigan. I think when you look at some of the things that Astralis was going through at the end of Carrigan's reign there, you know, the conversation was he felt like they didn't believe in his calls, they didn't trust in his calls anymore, and he was saying, you know, how am I supposed to make calls if I'm the one who who has to go through if when I tell him to do something they're not going. Well, now he's got Keo, who is on the bench, and he brings him back in, and he's just like, yes, I will do anything that you ask of me. I will entirely do that if I just get the chance to play. So I think that's a big boon for Kerrigan to be able to have that kind of almost like a chess piece. That he gets to move wherever he wants on the board. That he gets to have supporting in any kind of situation that he wants. So Keo's doing great in that role. It's very, very obvious.
Yeah, really transformed FaZe since he's been brought back. Thanks for your thoughts, gentlemen. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to give you all of our thoughts about the next map, which is SK Gaming's pick. Can they get back into this quarterfinal? We're going to find out shortly.
We played SK in the group stage. We had a big lead, but we threw it away. Those mistakes that we did in that game won't happen again. SK is a really hard opponent to play against. They are very versatile.
They have the best two players in the world from last year, and that is why they won in the end. To beat SK, we need to be better in-game-wise and map pool-wise. I think we have a wider map pool, and that must, in my opinion, give us an advantage in the best of three.
Bringing Kerrigan into this team is probably the best thing that has happened to this team.
I'm building some structure now, and I think we have a dangerous playstyle between playing individually and playing structure.
We fully believe that we're going to beat SK and make it to the semifinals.
That is what FaZe Clan is about, and we're here to build that legacy, and that starts today.
Welcome back. We are at the partway point of this series. FaZe have a map in the bag, and we want you to watch this next map, SK Gaming's pick, over on Game Command. That's go to live.eleague.com. You're in the director's chair. You choose what you see, what you concentrate on. It's a fantastic way to watch the game. Now, Duncan, I'll come to you first. We're going into train. Had this been the lineup back with FNX, not using a stand-in, this would have been a surefire win, no matter who the opponent was. They were absolutely unbeatable on train. What are they like now?
Well, the upside is, I actually have to say, of the 5 players on their team, if I had to rank them, I feel like FNX was actually the least well, he was the most dispensable in that sense. You know, he felt like he's the one maybe you could replace. The problem I see is Fox is such a very different player, and he wants to play the All-Pro. So my big concern is this whole Fallen question again, because I really think they lived and died by Cold and Fallen on that map. So if they can't have Fallen being as effective as he is outside, I see this being a risk. I still favor them. I think they'll win it, but I think this is, you know, if you're the FaZe guys, you can feel confident that, hey, we've got a chance here.
Well, I'll take that as your prediction, because I've just been told they've readied up. Jason, I'll get your thoughts quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout as we might think, considering SK's old success on it, but I'm still going to take them.
All right, thank you very much. And that means we're ready for the action. We're going to throw you back over to our commentators, Anders and Semler.
Thank you so much, Richard. We are ready. Map 2 coming up here, the last quarterfinals before we head into the semifinals. That's also going to be today. What do you think? I mean, were you swayed enough by that insane performance by FaZe on the first map that you think they could do it on the second one too? A little bit?
Oh, come on. They take the camera off me just if I do this FaZe up. Come on. I was waiting. I was setting it up. Ah. All right, well, FaZe up, boys. FaZe up. From what I saw from SK Gaming in that first map, yes. I mean, it was FaZe's pick. This is SK's pick, but I don't think that FaZe are that weak on train. I think they've got the chops to take it to a weakened SK, because if SK can't wake up here on their home map, FaZe will run them over. We can see a 2-0 here.
Listen, I can't remember the last time I've seen SK be weak on 2 maps in a row. It just almost never happens, so I'd be shocked if it does. AZ is down at Ivy. They're playing on the CT side on FaZe, and already he's been tagged in the face. I think that might have been Fox, and now they're going to try and collapse onto the A bomb site. Karrigan in so much trouble right now. AZ's gone and out. Karrigan is next. Fur with the kill. He's going to get shot down from Alu. An excellent one tap coming out, but Fox crouching under right before he gets struck by Rain, and Kiyoshima taking a fight close range against Fallen. He's getting shot in the back. This time it's not going to be the 180, and SK will win the pistol round. Excellent start here for what has to be a sort of a low energy team going into this map too. So win the pistol. Great start.
So, I mean, when you're coming into a round like this is how SK can get over the jitters, right? It's kind of like a Hail Mary. You know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to play a very simple strat. We're going to put players through alley, players through A main, you rush, and you hit your headshots. If you hit your headshots, we win. If you don't, we lose. So you're putting it all on a gamble if you're falling at that point. You're just saying, this is going to work because we have the aim to fall back on. And it happened to do that. It happened to actually win SK the T-pistol. On the first map, FaZe won both pistol rounds. SK, they cut that short, and they got the strong start here in the first half on train.
Let's see what they could do here. 2 deals on the FaZe side, just the armor and 5-7 on Kiyoshima. So really not a big investment into this round from FaZe. A different philosophy, you could almost say, because there are some teams that will always buy if they lose the pistol on CT side. They will just go for the buy and buy all the armor and everything. So FaZe looking to have a really great 4th round where they can have some more grenades and everything else. Taco just showing his head. Rain sees it. Almost! It's so close. But it doesn't quite connect. That would have been a nice way to get started.
That would have been brutal. That would have been brutal. Can we have more upsets in second rounds, right? Because these pistols, there's been a lot of teams winning decisive pistols and then struggling in the following rounds versus the forest buys, but not this time. Nice start there from Fur. Fur definitely delivered on the first map here for SK Gaming. We aren't looking at him as one of the players that underperformed. He definitely stepped up. Continues to do so here, but this young man as well was hitting shots. AZ, he will take down Fallen, but Fox, that's what the buddy system is for, Anders. Fox is there to trade.
4 versus 3 right now. Taco is low on health, but it should still be a very winnable round for SK. I don't mind that they're taking a bit of time, but given that we're down to 25 seconds, I definitely mind that. This is the sort of round you can lose just because you lose the bomb somewhere that you didn't really intend to. Alu up here looking for Fur. They are going to get the refrag. Fur is still alive. Fox is down instead. Taco, and now it's Rain. He gets one, drops the bomb, another one in. He just needs one more bullet. Taco's right there, Rain. He's already got the double, and time is running out. 8 seconds. Taco has to run a gun with the UMP. He's almost got it. A couple more bullets. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Rain is going to go down in the last possible second. Taco saving SK. Oh my God, that is close.
That is unreal, and that's how close this is going to be. But real quick, I just want to point out before we get into the next round, the hot points on the map is what I want to start talking about. You're going to have 3 entrances that we want to watch. For the A site, we have Pop Dog, we have Main, and we have Ivy, Alley over here, and then this one, Brown Hall. This is what we call for the B site. And so you want to watch what SK Gaming do and what FaZe do in these spots on the map when you're looking to see where the action is going to be and where the setup is going to be for SK to try and push on to one of the 2 bomb sites.
The UMP got the MAC-10, and, well, that's a round, ladies and gentlemen. Over from beginning to, well, from first contact till end in about 3 seconds. That's fast.
That can happen. What can happen? And you're making a lot of money with those SMGs as well. So SK are just rubbing their hands together. They're like, perfect.
This is something we do not see very often. A double or straight into the 4th round. That very rarely happens. And it goes back to what we were talking about in the 2nd round. They didn't buy armor. They didn't buy any grenades. So they were able to make this kind of buy work. That's very interesting, and I wonder if SK are prepared for it.
And they're both going towards A side as well. So they want to set up the crossfire, it looks like. Alu will be watching towards A main. AZ is focusing on alley. And they'll have that double op in play. They're looking for SK to go aggressive, and sure enough, they do, but it's not where I mean, Fallen will win the duel versus Alu, so it's Alu who falls short in this combo for FaZe. And when you're going for such an expensive gamble, you're right, Anders, we don't usually see it out the gates because you're investing nearly $10,000 in 2 guns. If you're FaZe, that's a lot of your money that's going into this kind of play.
And they are just slow playing this round, SK, and why would they not? They've got the first kill, they've got so much time on the clock, waiting to see if SK are going to make any kind of a mistake. And SK, oh sorry, FaZe. And FaZe, right now the response is one that I'm not particularly a fan of, where they stack 2 in B and 2 in A. I think that's almost always a bad call. Much rather have 3 in 1, and then the last guy on the A, on whatever bomb side is alone, will just try and buy time and hope for it. But a good kill from Carrigan there brings them back of the round. That's Fox going down, and he's still on the site here. The Danish captain, Fur, will get one more kill on AZ, man. He's so strong, Fur, in this quarterfinals already. Missed shot. Fur takes down Carrigan. The timing with the flashbang, sublime. Kiyoshima and Reina are left 2 versus 4. This is really rough here for FaZe.
I think Fur can count his lucky stars there, because I was dead on that Carrigan was going to hit that shot. Despite the flash, I thought he got him. Carrigan is, I mean, that's the depth that you have in FaZe, and really in a lot of the top teams now. The deeper you get into a bracket, you're going to have more players who are capable of rifling, capable of opping, strong with the pistols, basically versatile all-around players. And FaZe, they have 3 of them essentially. I mean, AZ, Carrigan, and Alu. You can all count on them to snipe, to rifle, to pistol. And so Carrigan, definitely one of those operas you want to keep an eye on. Rain, he's going to get the parting shot on Fur, and he actually manages to save this AWP. This is a huge win for FaZe. At least you're saving one of them.
And he had to. I mean, trying to go for that 1v2 just did not make any sense at any point, so better to just go for the optimal play there. 4-0, a marvelous start for SK Gaming, obviously. There's no doubt about that. Sort of almost a mirror of the start that FaZe were having on Mirage, and this is a similar map. You are looking to win the majority of your rounds on the CT side, and FaZe, they're out of money again. It's looking definitely troublesome. And first, just not falling off in performance. Top fragging overall in the first game, even though they lost it so badly, and he's up to 5-1-3 right now, doing a fine job. Oh! That could have been a lineup shot for Rain. I think 3 people were in a row then. Alu picks up the AWP, he gets 1 frag, and not going to get more than that. He gets shut down eventually. Carrigan now, not much that he can do. Oh, but he apparently can get the kill on Fox.
This is why in CS it can come down to split seconds, because he had 3 players lined up. If he hits that shot, that is unreal. It could swing the round completely, but it's not meant to be this time. SK Gaming, another very solid anti-eco for them, where they're running up against the pistols, and again, they murder him. So 5-0 lead now on the T side in the first half here for SK Gaming. Just to remind you, this is SK Gaming's map, and this is a best of 3. FaZe, they picked up the first map on Mirage, which was their map. SK Gaming here on Train, and we have Overpass as the last map if necessary. So still a lot of good CS to look forward to here, Anders.
Oh yes, definitely. We have 4 AWPs in play right now in the 6th round. Again, and FaZe just trying to make sure that they can get those snipers up and running on Train, and I don't really mind. I think it's a good idea. What's interesting is that 2 of them, well, both of them are in the A bomb side, and that leaves Rain alone over by B. Always a risk, I would say. When you have the AWP, I would prefer for that player to be alone in B and just try and snipe someone off and then go for the retake. But SK setting up once again for a very slow round where they're hoping and praying that FaZe are going to come push them somewhere. You see Fallen is looking down alley, making sure that if AC was going to try and get adventurers down there, he could catch them. So yeah, slow round.
This is why this map is fun, is because we haven't seen it from either of these teams. It used to be one of SK's strongest maps. They went 17-0 at one point, just dominated on this map on LAN, and then kind of started to drop off a little bit. There was some weakness there. For them to come back to it here in a crucial match for them in the playoffs, that's sick to see from SK. But there is a little bit of a question mark coming into it because we haven't seen either of these teams in a little bit actually perform here. So FaZe, still possible for them to come back. They're definitely not out of this round. SK Gaming are, once again, however, running that clock down pretty low.
Yeah, but look at the call on FaZe. They have 3 people in the B bomb side. They know what's happening right now. Rain going to try and fall back, but he is flashed for the moment. The shots are coming in. Alu and Kiyoshima opening up Fur. Finally, with the 1 refrag, he's so low on health. And Rain, he still goes down. How does Fur get that kill? 6 health left on him. The bomb is going down, and somehow SK are still in this round. They ran into a big stack, especially on Train. It's so uncommon to do that. A great shot from Cold Zero will drop Alu. And now AZ and Carrigan are left 2-on-3. This retake, I don't think it's happening any longer. Cold Zero says no. Double kill for him. And Carrigan, he's been really good so far on FaZe, but this is too much.
It's Dunzo. He has to get out. And yeah, exactly. Don't be greedy. He's just barely going to get out of here intact, but they might still have time to hunt him down. Fur is looking for it, but yeah, Carrigan, he wants to save this off. That's what it's all about at this point. And I'm wondering maybe some miscommunication there on the CT side for FaZe, just because Alu should have been watching upper and focused on that point. Carrigan, not going to save it. Cold who gets the shot in the end. But when you're coming into that sort of hold, I'm expecting Alu to be watching upper because you're low on utility, so you don't have any grenades. You don't have a smoke for upper, you don't have a Molotov. You're counting on shots to carry you through. And so you're going to have to count on like quadrants, basically. They're going to cut up the map. And that's the first one that I'm talking about there, where Cold, he takes down Alu. That weakens AZ's position, and Cold gets the follow-up there on AZ. So really, FaZe need to be so quick to communicate what they're doing if they haven't had time to practice it. And I think SK, that time around, Cold was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and if you are a fan of FaZe, you should be worried to see Cold like that. Everyone knows what that look in his eyes mean, and you just got to be very careful here. How do they shut him down? How do they make him stop doing what he's just doing? He's now tied up with Fur, top of the scoreboard, 6-0 in favor of SK Gaming. A brief timeout here. We'll see if they can come up with anything. Got the double deagle in play, the C-set 75 and a single scout on Rain, so really not much of a buy here. FaZe making sure to save the money for later in the game, but they always got the maximum round loss bonus, so they're going to have a lot of money going into the 8th round, unless they can win this one. And AZ, fairly aggressive against Fox, and well, he's done it before, he does it again. Fox down and out.
And this time there was no buddy system. Taco was holding way back by the bomb, and so again, we might see just the mistakes being made by SK as well, trying to incorporate Fox into the strategies, trying to make that work. Alu, for some reason, feels like he needs to go for a peek and pop dog, and Fallen is holding that angle already, so he gives a kill back for free. And now FaZe in a 4-on-4. This situation favors SK Gaming. So long as FaZe could have held on to that man advantage, they had a fighting chance in the round. So definitely some mistakes being made on both sides right now, I think.
Yeah, the only reason why you would have Taco hold back is if he was actually flashing Fox in, you know, then fair play, but
or if there's going to be a rush.
Yeah.
But if AZ's just holding the angle, he can't do anything to help Fox apart from that flash. So just a little bit of concern. I mean, just some small errors being made, but it's definitely making these rounds a little bit closer than they need to be.
Carrigan and Cold Zero having a patient battle over at the B bomb site. Taco sneaking in with the AK. Can he find the right angle? He's got to be careful because Rain's got the scout, so could definitely dish out a lot of damage. Once again, SK, we're down to 30 seconds. You guys saw what happened last time this happened. They almost lost the round. Kiyoshima takes down Fallen. Where is that bomb plant going to come in? They're looking to bring it to the B bomb site. And Taco, he's already been tagged up. Is he going to try and fight it again? Rain right next to him. If Taco gets tagged again, it's done. AZ gonna get the kill easy there. Kiyoshima drops Fur, and now it's all on Cold Zero with 10 seconds left. 1 versus 3. I don't think this can be done. Kiyoshima will take him out. Triple kill for the French player. And a 6-1 scoreline. That was an unnecessary loss for SK Gaming. Could have easily been 7-0.
But that was a dirty setup for FaZe. The baiting right into AZ. Sick team play there from Rain and AZ to make that work. And well, Kiyoshima as well stepping up at the individual play, locking down Yard. They save the rifles as well, so they'll have 2 AKs going into this next round. That's a huge win for FaZe, especially if you're ecoing, because that means another player like Kiyoshima who'll have full nades plus the kit to back it up. And so now we have 2 fully equipped teams about to crash into each other here in the 8th round. 6-1 for SK Gaming in the lead. But FaZe now have a real fighting chance here. They're using their utility very quickly though, FaZe, and that is a little worrisome.
Yeah, so SK Gaming, look at how quickly they're throwing in these grenades. Look at AZ running up behind. They're already putting out the wall of smokes in the A-bomb side, and AZ, this is so uncommon. This could be a monster spray down. Karrigan will pick up one, but he's going to be going down. This is still all on AZ, and he actually just jumps the gun, takes down Fallen, doesn't want to go for the double kill, falls off the container, takes the fight to coldzera, and he doesn't win it. Kiyoshima will drop further, and that's good news. Another round here, I think, for FaZe. I don't see them coming back from this one, SK. The bomb is down, but the Oh, what? coldzera right through the smoke. The defuse 1 or 2 seconds away from being completed there now. They've got the kid, and Alu's going to get it regardless. It happened the second time. coldzera gets a quad kill, including stopping the defuse, and that is still not enough for a win. And there it is. coldzera's mom watching as well, being ready. I think she's actually been at multiple events now, so the family's definitely keeping up with it and cheering for, obviously, for her son.
They're always
exciting.
here at the majors. It's sick. And his dad is here as well. So, I mean, there's always the Brazilian cheer squad that's moving around with the team when it comes to the majors, because this is the biggest event in CSGO. You definitely want to be there. And so, well, SK, they cut it real close, and well, FaZe got a second round. AZ again going with the aggression. You have to admire AZ right now. He's showing some real brass. He's looking for the fights everywhere, keeping FaZe in this fight, but Taco's going to catch Ray looking the wrong way, and Alu not there in time to get the trade.
It was real close. Molotov going to force Alu back, and that leaves Taco some space to move up with. Where's that bomb going? They're actually not bringing it into the B-bomb side. It's just a distraction right now. Fur making his way out, tapping away long range, takes down AZ. Can't make the 180 though. Karrigan going to be able to drop him. 4 versus 3 now. The bomb heading its way to the B-bomb. Taco's calling in on the radio saying, look, there's no one here. Just get in, get the bomb down, and let them try for the retake.
Scary situation, though. But they do have the information that somebody's already close. So Kiyoshima, he's not going to take any unnecessary risks. Alu will have at least communicated that. There's still a fighting chance. They're not walking into a trap necessarily here. It's all going to come down to where Taco hits with the timing. And what is this? Fallen shoots his own teammate in the back. A 3-on-3, and the whole advantage is gone now for SK Gaming. FaZe are free to push up. Fallen tries to make up for it. He takes down Kyo, and Fallen, 2 kills for him before Alu can step in and get the trade.
And Alu holding it down once. He realizes Fox is low, pulls out the USP, trying to sneak up the ladder. There's still time for this. He goes for it, but he misses the shot. Has to fall back down. Now he sort of has to commit to it. He's holding it down. Again, one more chance. Fox is playing this so well, but he goes down. The turnaround there, and Alu is so close, but it's not going to happen. He did the best that he could, given the circumstances. And in spite of the mutiny in the ranks, the captain now actually taking out his troops. It still works out. Oh, God. That could have ended very badly. But he did get 2 kills afterwards.
You got to give it to Fallen, though. Exactly. He saves the round. He definitely puts it at risk, but then he makes up for it in spades with the 2 kills that follow. That saves the round for SK Gaming, especially with Fox. That was a sick 1v1. He played that perfectly for SK Gaming. So the stand-in player, the Portuguese player, definitely coming into the fight here for SK Gaming. 7-2 now. SK Gaming winning another key round that's going to put FaZe on Eco. And FaZe trying to go aggressive here. Karrigan looking for an opening, but he's not going to find it. SK Gaming looking to challenge early, and Taco gets 2 kills before killing himself.
Great variation. Alu getting a quick double kill in return, but I'm not sure it's quite enough. AZ. Oh, what a headshot! Can't get the second one. Fallen there to close it out. So close.
This is getting silly. I don't know if my heart can take it at that point. How many 1-digs is AZ going to get?
Look at this. He does he goes for the double Mac 10 right into the summit play. It's sick, isn't it?
You know why he does that? Into the summit, right? But like, you know why he does it? He takes less damage from his own Molotov, and so he's just like, I can stand in this for days. Just not weeks, Taco. You can't stay there forever. It's warm, it's toasty, it's cold here in Atlanta. I mean,
it's not really a problem that happens. You know, he's just fine to open up the round, but it still goes really close, doesn't it? 8-2 is the scoreline. Kiyoshima, blind shot coming in, and he takes down Fallen. Now AZ tries to charge through again, but this time Fox is going to win the fight. He has not had a good time down at Ivy, just trying to take that fight. AZ's come out on top way more, but finally it's Fox's turn to do something here.
This has really just played into how these playoffs have gone so far. In the best-of-1 format, it seems like the teams were really trying to wind up on maps that they'd be very even on. They could go either way. And so we ended up with these overtime situations or these very close 30-round maps, right, where it went the distance. When we got into best-of-3s, however, it's been very one-sided for either team. Very rarely so far in the quarterfinals have we had a map that has really gone the distance, at least in the first two when teams are playing on their pick. And we're seeing why. SK Gaming, they look supremely confident. They've definitely had some lucky breaks, but this train map, it's a totally different beast from what we saw in Mirage. 8-2 right now in the lead on T-side train, SK Gaming. They have really got everything on lock.
Right now Alu left. Yeah, not much that he can do. We're really seeing SK taking their time with these bomb plants. They want to make sure they've got everything covered. Alu is locked in the corner and Cold Zero's on one side, Fox on the other. It'll be Cold Zero to pick up the kill, and that will make it 9-2 favoring SK Gaming. But their economy is not exactly exploding. It's not like they're taking off in that sense, but it doesn't really matter because they're keeping FaZe out of the rifles all the time. And that's what the third double op setup we've seen from FaZe. A lot of economy going into these rifles, and the payback doesn't seem to be there.
FaZe are just swinging for the fences at this point. They're just hoping that this double op is going to work and that somebody, Kerrigan, Alu, somebody's going to have a magical round where they get the kills and they're able to save both ops and carry that on. You really only want to go for the double op when you have a very strong economy to fall back on because it's such an expensive strategy. But Fox with the opening, and Fox gets the shot on Rain, who is going for the jiggle peek. Alu not even going to attempt to get the follow-up. The buddy system wasn't play there for SK Gaming. Fox wasn't on his own. Taco was there to watch his back. And so some good discipline being shown there by Alu, but what an incredibly frustrating situation for FaZe. It wasn't even the ops that came into play that time.
And obviously the whole point of Rain's position there is that he's supposed to be baiting out the shot, just the Fox was too quick this time. Again, they're a man down. And this is actually where I would expect for FaZe to try and make a play to make up for it. And Kerrigan definitely is. This is a really forward position with the AWP, can be dangerous, and Fallen's right around on the other side. So now, again, down to the patience. Who's going to let it go of this one first?
This has been such a slow pace from SK, though, right from the beginning of this half. Once again, we're ticking down to the 45-second mark. I mean, SK, they had the map control, but they've definitely slowed it down to the point where they are going to be under pressure from the clock yet again. Kiyoshima holding, and he's got a man close to back him up as well, and they're within the smoke radius. So Alu, perhaps, he's in a bit of a tight spot because he's going to have to take a risk by getting up onto the train to take a shot. But Kyo, this is a very common spot, and more often than not, you actually see it getting results. So let's see if he can get a double spray as they try and push onto the site.
Well, Alu's there to refrag as well. That's going to make a lot of trouble for SK Gaming. Kiyoshima will be going down. Alu, I don't think he saw anything there. Taco gets dropped by Kerrigan, who's not finally shown up. Fur and Fox, 10 seconds. They need to go and pick up that bomb right now or just run away. It has to be one or the other, and time has simply run out. They're not even going to try and do it. Fur was walking in from behind, so it was pretty much all on Fox, and he was locked in, so clock runs down. FaZe Gaming going to be satisfied. They're not even looking for the kills here. They're just happy to win the round.
And just to make it perfectly clear for you all, when a player takes a shot like that, he doesn't see the outline through the wall the way that we do. We get the X-ray vision, right? We're Superman. Fox, he's reacting to a pixel. He's just seeing a finger stick past that wall, and he's quick enough. He's so fast. He's able to pull the trigger in time and get that kill. He doesn't have the, the X-ray vision that allows him to predict that shot and set up for it. The way that we get to kind of just sit here and go, oh, hold our breath. Is he going to hit it or not? These players are so fast. But it looks like we have a tactical timeout getting called here by SK Gaming, no less. 9-3 isn't good enough for them, Anders. They want the whole kit and caboodle. They want 12-3.
Yeah, I think this is very reasonable. You've already lost the first map. There is no reason why you wouldn't try and get the absolute most out of this first half on the second map. Just make sure that you get the maximum number of rounds and get onto that third map. But FaZe, man, what a slow start to this map it's been for them. And what's so weird is that a lot of the time they've had AZ winning fights down at Ivy. He's got the opening frag, and that hasn't been enough to do anything with.
Yeah, for AZ, like on Mirage, put up a lot of the fight for FaZe Clan, and FaZe were able to actually get something off the back of that. Here on Train, you're just seeing a lack of comfort, it seems, from FaZe. They aren't quite feeling it as well. AZ's trying to force it, and you do need your star players to do that. You need them to go out there and get those kills to create space for your team. It's just after that, when it gets into the split-second decisions, we're seeing the lack of experience show here for FaZe. And so, still an even situation as they push onto the A site now, SK Gaming, 5v5, but then the 2 kills come through, Fallen and Taco, and now Fur chiming in as well. A 2-man advantage now for SK Gaming, and with plenty of time to get the bomb playing. I like the change of pace from here, the change of pace rather, from SK Gaming in this round.
Yeah, much quicker, and it caught the CT side entirely off guard. Alu and Rain still gonna try and edge their way into the bomb side, but Alu misses the shot. If that had been a kill that would have given the opening now, I don't think they should do it. It's simply not feasible any longer. Fur gonna get the perfect timing on Alu. And that will leave Rain. They see him also falling back, so there should be no problem at all. I think as soon as you miss that shot, if you're Alu, it's time to just leave.
It's lights out.
Oh, wow, they're hunting him. Look at this. They want this kill.
Yeah, I mean, SK have the economy to go for a buy at least. If they don't lose too much here, don't want to drop a 3rd rifle. That would be problematic for SK Gaming. And so how much is it worth? Exactly. Is it worth giving up another one? Rain's still alive in this fight. He spots out Cold. There's not going to be any way. Oh, the incendiary, perfect. Is the time going to tick down? No, he roasts. Cold. I think it's 7 seconds once it's round over to where it ticks over to the next round. And those 7 seconds, it's a lifetime. It just feels like it lasts an eternity if you're Rain at that point.
He's thinking, come on, next round, come on, come on. No, it's not happening.
Please roll over.
So a lot of rifles sacrificed in the hunt to get that kill on Rain, but you see the result on the FaZe side. It's a 14th round, and they've just gone all in. They say, you know, we need the last 2 rounds. We would have liked that AK to have stayed alive, and it's not happening again. AZ pushing down at Ivy with the UMP. That's not exactly a great weapon. Now he's trapped in the corner. Flash comes out once, but can he make it past? Taco says no.
Great teamwork from Taco there. Taco and Fox working together well as a duo. Taco was not blinded because he was turned around. Fox was watching the angle. He gets blinded. Taco turns back around again. He's not blind. Boom, he takes the shot. Even though FaZe tried to get the teamwork going there, it wasn't enough. Rain, however, will catch Cold getting greedy over here in Brown Halls. And with Fur not in position to get the trade instantly, this puts him into a bit of an awkward spot because Rain, he's still got the 1-shot headshot range going here. If he hits that shot, boom! Fur, time for a dirt nap! Fallen will trade it, but it's still a 3-on-3 advantage SK.
Fallen sees Alu falling into the bomb site, but is he going to realize Kiyoshima is also here? And with the flank coming in from Carrigan, he's right on the edge of being able to get the kill on Fox, but Taco takes down one. Fox actually turns around for the kill on Carrigan, and now it's all on Alu. Trapped on the site once again and getting shot down by Fox. 11-3. SK Gaming showing, look, we can do this too. Our map pick, our time to have some fun here.
Well, they need one more round to match it, right? It was 12-3 at the end of the first half for T-side, for FaZe on Mirage, which was the first map in this best of 3. If SK come back and falls, like, I'll do you better, Carrigan. Actually, I can do just as good as you, right? 12-3 on T-side train. Why not? Let's go. And it's likely because it's another force buy for FaZe, but all they can afford, pistols, Kevlar, scout on Carrigan. It's not enough. SK, they should have this round on lock.
Yeah, this is why the pick ban stage is so important in Counter-Strike. I think really often underestimated. You get these sort of matchups where you know, you just can't play the map that the opponent picked, and then it almost automatically goes to a 3rd map, which is going to be very interesting. I'm very much looking forward to that. It seems inevitable that it's going to be this time. And again, AZ's pushed down, and Ivy is so aggressive down there, waiting. I'm not sure if Fox has seen him, but you can tell that he's paranoid that something might be going on anyway. Rain alone in B, and Carrigan now rotating in. They've got almost no equipment, Sam. I'm not buying this. I think it will be a mirror of the first half on Mirage.
Very common strategy, actually, for SK. And for when you have the rifles in general. Go towards B. He's going to get tagged down low, though. That scout coming into play for Carrigan. Good positioning from Carrigan. Where do you want to get that sniper rifle? It's a long line like that. But Fallen one-ups him. And Cold is there to follow up as well. Definitely looking very good here for SK Gaming, with Cold just charging out onto the B side, putting pressure on Carrigan. They don't know where the fight's going to happen here, FaZe. They're just getting picked off one after another. AZ, the last man alive, and he's been over by Ali, pondering life.
Well, the crowd is feeling it. They were cheering for them in the first map as well, but they got slightly shut down. Easy showing us.
Look at the little grid.
Yoink. I found it. Got him. Now can he defend? 25 seconds with a deagle. I mean, this would be one for the history books, but it's not going to happen. Fur comes charging right out of the ladder and takes him down. 12-3. SK Gaming just showing what they're all about here. Cold Zero at 16, Taco at 15, Fur at 14 kills, and absolutely amazing beginning to the second map for them.
watching this is really making me think that it's going to be so important to start T-side on Overpass. You're going to want that T-side start on Overpass because so far it just seems like if you're able to control the pace, set the game up the way you want, both of these teams know how to take advantage of that, and we've seen just terrific T-side halves from them so far. So, are SK going to be able to show the same strength of will that FaZe had in the first map to just lock it out, not let it get past 7 rounds, don't draw it out, and get onto Overpass for that third map? We'll find out. We're into the second half pistol now, 12-3 the score to start off the half. And it's now SK Gaming on the CT side on the defense, FaZe on the T side, and FaZe setting up for that collapse on the A side. Very similar strategy here, almost identical to the one we saw from SK in the first half.
Fallen so flashed as they come through that smoke. Fox will get a kill. Fur picks up one. Rain in some trouble here, trying to see if he can fight it out. He's taking down Fur. That's easy with a kill, but they're still in a 1-on-3, and Alu, what can he do? He's locked in the corner. There's not a bomb plan yet. It's actually on the site. He jumps out for the kill, but Taco will shut him down. And this has just gone horribly wrong.
I love it because SK used to be a team that really focused on coming up with new strategies. And this was one of their core. And if you, SK, you talk with Fawn, he's like, yeah, well, sometimes we'll run into our own strategies. This smoke going down here, as soon as SK see that smoke, they're like, that's ours. We know what to do. We know how to handle this. As they try and push through FaZe, everybody's in an arc ready to greet them from SK. There's like, great, we're going to get headshots all day long because we know what you're trying to do against us here. Perfect counter from SK Gaming, and they win the second half pistol. It's exactly how it played out on Mirage. Both pistols for SK. On Mirage, it was both pistols for FaZe.
And the T side responding with a pretty big buy here, in fact, just using all their money in this round. If Fowland does not care about that investment, instantly in the toilet is Alu and Rain next. Cold Zero to follow, but still look at the health left on FaZe. This is not looking likely. Carrigan does somehow get 2 kills and not even really sure how. He's all alone though. Fur with the 1, he goes down right afterwards. And then that's the end of it. An expensive round for SK Gaming. But from FaZe's point of view, they're not just looking to do damage to the economy. They needed to win that round to have any chance of a comeback. I mean, they obviously do want to finish this quarterfinals 2-0.
Yeah.
Go on to that third map, you never know what could happen.
You really don't want to, especially from the demonstrations that we've had so far from SK Gaming. They've had the overtimes, and they've just come through. Just ask Astralis. That was brutal, the comeback that SK had there. And that really shows you what SK are capable of. That this team, they won both majors last year. They're looking to be the first team to pick up 3 in a row. Nobody's done that yet. And so SK, they're never going to give up, no matter the scoreline.
Fur there, almost getting shoulder peeked in fact by Rain. That looked like he was going to get baited out, but Fur gets the kill. Fallen going to be going down 2 versus 3 right now. Just a run and gun style coming out of the FaZe clan. And Alu, he's got the bomb, but he's also trapped behind the line here. How does he possibly get out? Turns around and Tago's there to clean up the round. That's 15-3. Map point for SK Gaming. Power performance coming out of the Brazilian side here. And I got to say, once again, you have to point this out. It's Taco and Fur, but I'm most curious about Fur. He did it on the first map. He's here in the second map. He's looking to be the MVP in this quarterfinals right now. If it keeps going like this, he will be.
Well, let's find out, because it is looking highly likely that we're going to the third map right now. And so I expect a much more even match on that map. It's going to be a bit more balanced. It'll be a little bit more back and forth, because right now it's been very one-sided between both of these teams. So FaZe, they've got the 3 rounds, and they've gone for the force buy here. But SK Gaming making use of that nade superiority, putting down the anti-rush incendiaries to block off those key choke points that I pointed out earlier. That's what it's all about when you have that economy. Rain there to open up. They're looking to trade, but Fur holds his ground. And Fur with the triple shuts him down, annihilates him. A quad kill for Fur. Give this man the ace, but it's not going to happen. Fallen will take down Esse, and it's a 16-3 scoreline at the end of the second map. Fantastic work from the Brazilians, and they will be surviving to see a third map.
A message has been sent to FaZe clan. Might have been a slow start, but now we're here to play, and it is going to go to the third map. They're definitely fired up. 16-3, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to seeing what the analyst desk have to say about this one. We're going to come up with that right after the break. Stay with us.
Thanks, bro. Oops. Hi, everybody.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a series on our hands. SK Gaming still dominant on Train, it turns out, able to tie the series with a monster 16-3 performance. Now, obviously, a major, it's all about star players. So let's just start, Duncan, by talking about coldzera. Had a quiet kind of first map. Showed up very much in the first half of this map, starting to warm up, starting to come alive. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, much, much better. I mean, throughout this tournament, in fact, throughout the era, the post-winning era, when they were making all the semis and the finals, it was always very important that he came along with a big performance. And this is more what you expect from him. I always nickname him the Terminator, because it's like he's just grinding, you know. You just know he's going to turn up eventually. It's inevitable. So I was absolutely certain on this map he'd come alive. With that said, I mean, they're most famous for their CT side. They never had to play CT side on this map, so it was almost invalidated after the first half. Yeah, much, much better performance from him. And so far from this series, my main takeaway is, looks like Fur wants to go to the semi-finals. Like, he's absolutely on it today. And you just see what... I always think this, okay, if you look at a lot of the greatest teams of all time, they nearly always have a great player who, if you put him as the star of another team, would be the best player on that team. He'd be a top 10 player in the world, so you can think of like Flusher in Fnatic, you think obviously now Fur in SK Gaming, but they have to sacrifice something. They have to let someone else be the main star in order to give you the full firepower that you need in a team. And so Fur, he's getting that kind of to show how special he is as a player now that Fallen can't be the star player.
Yeah, imagine when Phelps turns up, right? Well, that's going to look like. But anyway, let's concentrate on the here and now. Jason, I got to say, on the T side, SK Gaming, when they were running these two aggressive AWPs, you know, you obviously understand Train has that CT double AWP capacity, but running two AWPs so effectively on the T side, just really...
I'm pretty sure we saw Virtus Pro do it as well in the group stages. But I mean, the big thing is, as well, if you look at part of the reason why that works so good is because FaZe wanted to run a double AWP. They wanted to have a very expensive loadout for that CT side. But I mean, SK just resets them every single time. So the next few rounds, the first gun run they have, they were never able to build up the money to have the smokes to delay those kind of picks from the AWPs. So there's plenty of time for those AWPs to find kills for the SK side, because there's no Molotovs, there's no smokes, there's no danger of some kind of a pop flash with aggression. So SK was really able to win the game in that first half. Great tactics, great individual performances, and on top of all that, they had control of the economy the whole time. Yeah, so I got to say, Duncan, you know, we did look at this veto and think, well, you know, FaZe have got a fighting chance here on Train. Absolutely capitulated, and as I said, just SK Gaming so good. So what's exactly going on in the FaZe camp there? Is this just like, once they kind of felt it slipping away, was there anything they could do? Should they have changed something?
I mean, first of all, none of their players particularly had a good game. Like, there wasn't any one player who was feeling comfortable, who was in his rhythm. Like, if you were the SK guys, you could really do the full gamut of tactics. So you could go anywhere on the map. There's no particular player you were trying to avoid. So I think that's problematic in itself. This looked a little bit like, I have to say, psychologically, you do get teams, and this is something that the championship teams don't do, where when they get up in a map, and then they know it's their opponent's map and the opponent's supposed to be strong, they do a little bit give up, you know. A little part of them thinks it's not over. Like, I often wonder in this scenario, if that was SK who's won the first map, you think FaZe comes out that flat? I think they have a bit more fight in them, you know, a bit more back against the wall, going all out. Yeah, there was an aspect to which, especially once you've lost that many rounds when you're on CT side, part of you knows it's over, you know. You're hoping it's not. You're still playing. It's not like you give up in a conscious sense, but something in you tells you we're going to a third map at this
Unless
point.
You're Virtus Pro, in which case that thought never strikes you.
Yeah, all bets are off if you're Virtus Pro. So what did you make overall of FaZe here? I mean, there's probably not really a lot to talk about, but was there anything good, any positives that can take into this deciding map?
I mean, there's definitely positives you can take into the deciding map. I don't think they look at this map and they say we did this particularly well, so we're gonna, you know, let's focus on that moving forward. I think Overpass just in general is going to be good for them, but no, I mean, this second map for me was all about how good SK still can be on Train, even with Fox. I mean, they look stellar. Furs here in a big way, and when you have someone like that creating opportunities for your team, that always helps out. So I don't think this was any kind of thing that FaZe is going to say we just got stomped, we just are playing terribly right now, we lose confidence moving forward. But I just put this all on how good SK played on Train.
All right, then. Well, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to bring you our thoughts of who's going to go through to the semi-final against Virtus Pro. Will it be FaZe? Will it be SK Gaming? You can find out after these commercials.
think FaZe is a really good team. We played against them in the group stage.
We lost both pistols during the first match, and we had to make a crazy comeback. But a win is a win, and as long as we can beat them again, I'm very satisfied.
Now we know how they play, so I think we are more than ready. Fallen and coldzera are the two best players in the world right now.
I'm looking forward to show what I'm capable of doing on these playoffs. Why to think we're gonna win? It's simple. We won 2 majors.
For us, it's normal. We don't have any pressure to play a major, so I'm really confident.
Going to the stage as the last 2 major champions bring us something special. We want to do the same, we want to accomplish the same, and it starts today with this first match.
Welcome back. We're about to get into the deciding map of SK Gaming versus FaZe to see who else is going to go to the semi-finals here at the E-League Major. And just a reminder, you can watch this game on Game Command. It is the best way to watch. You can be in the director's chair. It's live.eleague.com to go and check that out. Now, Duncan, the decider is going to be Overpass. I really don't think we could have got a better decider map in this series. Tell me why.
Yeah, I think this is a really good one. I mean, along with Mirage, this is the map where Karrigan has really stood out when he's come to this FaZe team, and he's given them a T-side. That's the key thing. They always, with as much skill as they had, yeah, they could get a CT roll going if a certain player was going off, making good individual decisions, but I feel like Karrigan, this is probably the map where if you had to pick in-game leaders who are the best at Overpass, he has among the best understanding that I've seen in CSGO. So I think that's really interesting put up against SK, because SK, even before they made the switch to bring in Fox for FNX, they were really starting to drop off on this map, and they were starting to have big trouble on the T side, where Fallen looked kind of quite hesitant, actually, uncharacteristically indecisive. So I feel like this is a real chance for FaZe. The big problem is, though, SK has kind of the championship pedigree, you know. It doesn't feel like they're just going to give up like they did on Mirage and get beaten up. So I still feel like you have to give the experience edge over to the SK guys.
Yeah, and Jason, obviously this is the map where Virtus.pro had that incredible match against SK Gaming. An incredible
one of the best Overpass
again,
matches we've seen.
Undoubtedly. So where are SK currently at on this?
I mean, they did drop off a great amount on the T side, as Thorn just said. But I mean, the big thing they always have it, and I mean, yeah, they're going to go through some tough periods at times, but they're set up on this map. They're one of the teams who really shows that they know how to play it, in the sense that Taco is so critical on this map. He's kind of the key to it. He's the player who watches outside of the B bomb site. He's the one who keeps open, you know, the avenue to get from A to B if SK needs to switch things up. And I don't think tactically they kind of fell off on it. I think it was more just individually Fallen's decision making on like when to pull the trigger and going certain areas and committing to something. That's what seemed to really start lacking. They seem to be very passive on it. But with Taco and Fallen, and Fur even showing up now, I'm not even sure you need Cold to be the star player.
So your prediction is?
I'm going to keep SK on this one.
And Duncan, SK?
No, I'm going to do a heel turn. Because here's the thing, Fallen, for me, was always the key to this map. And I don't think Fallen's here in this series, so I'm going to say somehow, some way, FaZe takes this.
No. Okay, interesting. A heel turn from Thorin. We're going to find out now who is going to join Virtus.pro in the semi-finals. And to talk you through it, it's Anders and Semler.
Absolute madness. We knew Duncan was a madman, but now we've got actual evidence. He's betting against SK in a map 3 to quarterfinals of a major. Semler, you on it? You've got the FaZe up. You're ready for it?
Let's go, boys.
All right, then.
I'm stuck with them through and through, and I'm still with them. FaZe, I think they've got this. They've played this map before, and they lost 16-14. FaZe, that is. But I think that was more of a mental game, the mental pressure. Right now, I feel like coming into this map, now that they've played it once, they'll have been able to fix some of the issues, and I just don't think that SK are as solid on this map as they have been in the past. To me, this says that FaZe have got a real chance of picking this up, Anders, and going into the semifinals to face VP later today.
Well, we are about to find out. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's the third map here, last quarterfinals. Before we head on into the semis, one of these two teams is going to be going up against Virtus.pro, and that'll be one hell of an exciting game. FaZe Clan now starting on the T side and SK on the CT side. And what we're seeing is just one smoke out of Karrigan here. So it will probably be just a slow play until they get contact, and then they go.
Yeah, there's the smoke going out now. It's going to bounce right up there to block off CT, to block off Bank. And this is the go signal. Now Fur with the one tap, not going to hit it though. So close, he's going to take the duel with Rain, and eventually maybe he'll find the kill. Instead he just decides to hold the angle, and Rain still survives. Keo though doing work. Keo with 3. This sets it all up. Fur, you have to get the kill, and he finally does, but Keo's still alive.
Somehow this has turned into a one-on-one. I have no idea how Fur stayed alive for that long. And Taco's got the edge in health. Karrigan is one bullet away from death. This should not be a winnable round from FaZe. They got so close and Kyo did so much work, but it's still just all falling apart. Taco, there's the kill, and SK Gaming gonna come up with a big pistol round here. Man, what utter madness. That battle from Fur, and I mean the little detail that he doesn't even reload the pistol. He's got 4 bullets when the re-engagement happens, and then Kiyoshima comes through the quad kill. If that isn't enough to win the pistol, I don't know what is.
I just love to see Taco in those sorts of positions, right? Where he is the anchor, it seems, in these clutch scenarios for SK Gaming. He can lock it down. He has progressed so much since he first joined this roster. DreamHack winner 2015. He went on to progress to become one of the better players. If you know, better players, I'm just going to say. I'm not going to say the best, but definitely you can count on Taco in the clutch situations and in opening up rounds. So he's progressed so much. And again, a key pistol round win for Taco. A key round picked up by Taco for SK Gaming. 1-0 lead now for SK Gaming on the CT side of Overpass.
And both teams now adding to the sort of more fuel to the UMP discussion that has been sort of slowly boiling in the community. We got 6 UMPs in the second round here, so maybe an indication that it is a pretty good submachine gun after all. Grenades are now raining in. Some counter grenades are also coming out from SK's side, trying to make sure that FaZe can't get up and get the bomb plant. They even got a boost on the side itself. Fur will only take 1, and it's a double return for FaZe. A great start here for the T side, who lost the pistol round. Can they go further than that? There's a kill from Fallen, takes down Alois. He's trying to plant the bomb. Carrigan down, and Taco with the kill. Esse, the last one left, and the bomb got cancelled, so there's going to have to be some excellent pistol shots. And Fallen, I say no thank you, sir.
3 kills for Fallen with the UMP. That is so important. But this is really just going to boil down to the following round. Not necessarily this one. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and take a look at it anyways. Again, I want to point out the key parts of the map. If you're new to CS, if you're just tuning in, these are the parts of the map where the T side, they're going to be looking to get into early and where the CTs need to challenge them. So we have long to start over here. It extends all the way out here. This is a hot spot, as well as mid and restrooms. And you have Monster and Sewers over here. These are the 3 spots that you really want to keep your eyes on throughout this map to see where FaZe set up on the offense and where SK Gaming decide to challenge them later on.
And not going to be much of a challenge for FaZe Clan this time. They only have Glocks and no armor. It's a completely, complete eco round. Nothing being invested into. It's a bit uncommon. Hiroshima trying for the mind games, edging his way into the corner, but really, I wouldn't expect too much action out of this round. It should just be sort of a pickups like this, long range, not hard to get into it. Kimoshima trying his best. It's a good attempt. I like it.
Tough. He was expecting somebody to push through Monster. If it was a Monster push, he'd have been great. He might have even been able to go for the knife, right, if he was fast enough. But not that time. And so far, a flawless round being put together here for SK Gaming. Carrigan going to ruin it. Does 10 damage to Fallen in the end. But the important thing is that SK Gaming, they're getting a lot of UMP kills. That's important. But also, they're keeping everybody alive in that follow-up round in the 3rd round. And so now you can really see the economy is solid here for SK Gaming. They have something to fall back on.
And you know, Duncan's premise for why he thought maybe there was a chance for SK to win this map is the idea that Fallen had gone missing in the first 2 maps.
Sure.
And I think that's accurate now. He's 7-1-1 fairly early on, so I don't want to read too much into it, but it can make a difference, you know.
I can hear him in my head right now. He's like, okay then, Fallen. Okay then, Fallen.
Yeah, but it's important. I mean,
I finally predict FaZe.
He did set that premise for them. He said, you know, if Fallen is going to keep being absent, then that will give the opening for FaZe. Well, I mean, now would be a great time for the Brazilian captain to show up and be there for his troops in pretty much every sense of it. We'll
Absolutely.
See. 4th round here. First time that FaZe have got rifles on Overpass. So much on the line. And it's not going to get easier. Later on, you've got to be playing VP, so you got to make sure you come out of this feeling great and feeling like you've got what it takes to win, because it'll be tough.
And just as the final bit, you actually have this part of the map that's called Connector that FaZe are really going to be focused on. You have 3 players in it right now. This is the hot spot that opens up access to the B site, that opens up access to mid and restrooms towards that A site. And so sometimes it really does come down to how aggressive a CT side wants to be if they're going to challenge a Connector, because it does pose a risk. You open yourself up to getting flanked if FaZe want to take over mid early or if they want to get into sewers quickly. And so this time around, FaZe, they will get Connector control. But there was a setup there for SK initially.
Grenade onto Rain. Now they're running back. Carrigan with the team kill. That is not a way to get started. Unbelievable. Kiyoshima trying to clean up, but this is already too late. There's nothing that he could do any longer. He doesn't have the time or the health or the manpower. It's great that he's getting some kills. I mean, at least that will steal some money away from the SK team, but ultimately, the round is simply done.
Not enough damage dealt.
Yeah, well, not enough damage, but also the fact that at about 45 seconds, the most forward position they had was in connector. That is not good enough, you know. They need to be all the way at restrooms or something. They need to have more map control at that point. So a bit of a mistake, I think, for FaZe, leaving it that late in the round and not having more to go off of.
Well, it's what's crazy is Fur. He's pushed up to top mid when he's actually getting that kill with the HE. That's all the way back into like the T-spawn stairs. How is that guy, when you have connector control, how is the CT pushed up that far? That's one of the things, one of the risks that I just talked about that SK are gonna have to worry about is getting flanked from connector into mid. So for Fur to hang out there that long, that's nuts. So now, I mean, FaZe, they just need to get their heads in the game here. Unfortunately for them, they're going up against a 2-time major champion looking for their 3rd in a row. SK, they are not, the mental game is not gonna be their weakness.
Well, getting closed in on, actually falling going to steal that kill from him. Still got 17 bullets left, and he's not that worried. He knows they don't have armor. They have to be a deagle if anything happens here. Double kill for Fur, not bad. Rain and Alu are left. Again, they need to do damage in these rounds. It's really important. You know, obviously you're not expecting to win a 2 versus 5 with pistols, but get a couple of kills in there. Make sure they have to rebuy some of those rifles, and a good job on Alu trying for a bit more. They can't take down Fox, even though 10 health left.
I love it. Alu's like, you're gonna be greedy, you're gonna get slapped. Takes down Fallen, makes it look easy, and Taco, he'll go ahead and get the backstab on Rain. Gets his deagle as well. So, 5-0 lead now for SK Gaming, and we're going into the big round now for FaZe. This is still possible here to try and save it at the beginning of the half for FaZe. If they can pick up this round right now, put some pressure on SK's economy, it's all here. If SK, however, get that lockdown going and survive with 3 again, FaZe are going to start gasping for air. They're not going to have the strong economy to fall back on, and it's going to be very difficult from that point forward to get into this half. It's going to take something magical from a player who was trying to make plays in the last 2 maps, AZ, Kiyoshima. We're going to have to look to these guys to come up with something big.
I mean, once AZ got shut down on Ivy, he didn't really do anything for the rest of that half either, so it's really difficult to do anything at that point when one of your players is missing, and he doesn't seem to be doing that much here either. Rain and Kiyoshima already down and out of the round. This is so difficult for FaZe, because obviously the pistol rounds you're fine with losing. You think, yeah, whatever, you know, we only had, you know, some pistols and some grenades, it's going to be fine. But when you get the rifles, you want to have a chance. When you lose 2 players in the first 10 seconds of the round or so, that's just very bad. Mentally, how do you come back at this point here?
You know what I'm getting flashbacks to, Anders? It's Virtus Pro versus North yesterday. And it's almost the exact same kind of style that we're seeing out of SK Gaming right now, because North got obliterated early on. SK Gaming, well, VP in that match, they showed that they're a championship winning team. They are a top contender because they're going to go offensive. They're going to take the fight to you. They're not going to let you set up your game. And SK Gaming are showing that quality here. They're constantly pressuring FaZe early on. That insane push by Fur at the beginning. He gets the 2nd kill here on AZ, but it's the early aggression that's just nuts from SK Gaming right now. They're not letting FaZe set up whatsoever.
Fur has the bomb over long. He's looking for the quad kill on Alu, who's walking in scoped. So obviously the Finnish player going to have a very tough time in finding any exit that doesn't also involve his death here. He doesn't even have time to sort of try and fight for the site itself, so he just has to fall back. I think Taco might have heard him. Getting dangerously close now. Good shot from Alu. Saving the ult would mean quite a bit to the terrorist side. They just don't have money for any kind of a rebuy. Maybe they could try and force it up. Maybe they would try and do that on Kiyoshima and Carrigan. They are quite far behind here, so I actually wouldn't be surprised if they saved the ult that they could. But it's not going to happen. Fur will get the quad kill. He's now 11-0-2, a monstrous performance. I mean, I said it on the second map. He's going to end up as the MVP of this quarterfinals at this rate. There's just no doubt about it.
Fur's a monster, but he's even saving the double op again. That's 2 rounds now where they save both ops. SK Gaming, their money is getting out of control. 12,000 on Cold after buying up, 11,000 on Fox. They've just got so much money to fall back on. And FaZe, they can go for a buy, sure. They can get rifles, but they're going to be limited on the nades.
Yeah.
And so they can't go for a strategy that they've practiced repeatedly, right, against top-tier teams. You're running through these strategies and saying, right, well, we'll have all these Molotovs, we'll have all these smokes and flashes, right, this is how it's going to work. Now you have to adapt. You have to come into it with, oh, we only have 2 smokes and maybe no Molotov, right? How do we adjust around that? And when you've got SK banging your head in at the very beginning of the round, it's even more pressure on FaZe. They are the underdogs in this match. We definitely thought they had a chance, but right now SK Gaming are showing us what they're capable of.
I do like the compromise coming out of FaZe, though. As a response to the idea that they wouldn't have the grenades, they've gone tech lines on Alu and Esse to try and make up for it. I think this is a very reasonable buy. They had slightly more money than I was anticipating, so I'm I'm definitely all right with this one.
Let's go, boys. YOLO B, matchmaking time. It's on Taco now. Can he survive? Is he going to get them to spray? And he's blinded. Cold is there to trade, though. 1 for 1.
Fox will pick off Carrigan. Now they're coming in from sewer as well. Alu from behind, taking down Fur as they're trying to get into the bomb side. That's a great pick. The bomb is already down, and it will be a 3-on-3. Kiyoshima gets taken out by Fallen. Alu and Esse. This is the round. They need a sort of pick up here. Alu a bit worried he's going to get flanked as well, but it's not happening. They're just going to go in from Elbend and Main as well, trying to see if they can close in. And Esse with a really great position here. Fallen going to get taken down. Fox next in line. Alu doing great work, and Cold Zero goes down. And finally, FaZe pick up a round. A triple kill on Alu, a double on Esse. Better late than never. And actually, look at the Carrigan's 007. Rain is 0-1-7.
And
wow.
This is a great call from Carrigan. It's just he didn't let it get too far gone, right? Because if you're playing the slow game and it's not working and SK Gaming are whittling you down before you can even get your strategy in place, Carrigan's just like, that's enough. We need to take the fight to them before they can actually come at us. It's time for a rush B. Go with the Tech 9s. You're so dangerous with the Tech 9s. You're so quick. Just try and make that work, right? And the change, it worked perfectly. 1 round on the board now for FaZe, and it's going to be more aggression, more of the same. This time around, can Taco survive?
Wow, I can't believe it. They're trying to see if they can make this work. Taco's already gone down. Kiyoshima gets the frag, and it is going to be a 4-on-4 with the bomb plant. You saw that insane grenade coming out of Carrigan, the smoke to get them through Monster Tunnel so that no one could put up a Molotov in return. That's absolutely genius play coming out of the Danish captain. Now it's a 2-on-3, and a great kill comes through. 2-on-2 with the bomb down. Fur and Fallen. Can they retake and foil the plans here? Doesn't look likely. Carrigan will get the frag, and now it's a 1-on-2. Fur going to be able to get onto the side, and he puts up a smoke, but it's a very difficult clutch to try and make happen here. He baits one guy out, but it won't happen. They get the frag, and SK Gaming lose the second round here.
And there's the train. There's what we're talking about for FaZe. They finally succeeded in putting 2 rounds together, and again, it's all-out aggression. Now it starts to get into the mind games. Are they going to do it again? Is it going to be a 3rd round towards B, or is it time to take the fight elsewhere? It's up to Carrigan to decide. And so we have perfect. SK Gaming, they're so good about these timeouts. When they're on point, Fallen, he's an excellent in-game leader, and he knows when he starts to lose control of the situation, boom, call the tactical. Add an extra 30 seconds in there. Get your team to calm down a little bit, but especially get FaZe to cool off. You don't want these guys getting warmed up now.
You just have to love that B rush from Carrigan. When he puts down the smoke in the Monster Tunnel, it means the normal counter to a B rush, which would be putting down a Molotov, that's going to get cancelled by the smoke. Then he puts in a flash that also comes really far behind, and it pops right in the face of anyone who's holding barrels or holding anywhere else in that area. Just a really, really powerful idea. Absolutely love it. Well, we're going to get back into the game here, and it's going to be the 9th round coming up.
And well, it is going to be the change. It is going to be the change here. This is SK Gaming digging deep and tapping out their bank. All the money has been spent now from SK. They have 0 money to fall back on. And so can they put a stop to it here, or FaZe, are they going to pick up 3 rounds, break SK, and give themselves the fighting chance they need here in the first half? It's all on this one, and now aggression on a different part of the map. It's going to be action long, and the setup. There's the flash. Fallen not going to get the timing this time around, and he's going to have to back off. And instead they're going to trade places. Fur decides to go aggressive. Not always a huge fan of this setup, just because if Fallen gets flashed back, Fur is on his own. He's got nobody there to support him.
Still over a minute left. Fallen out on long. That smoke is going to block him off, but he still gets the timing. Fur going to go down in the corner, so a great refrag coming in from FaZe. That's very important. But with Esse being low on health, they must be careful. They're also running the clock. Look how, 50 seconds is a lot of time, but they don't have very much map control.
That's the key here, is that Carrigan makes that play happen early enough in the round to keep SK Gaming guessing. It's not like there's 30 seconds left and they're going to have to commit long and SK can start rotating. There's enough time to go back towards B like this. Taco, though, did he spot the man moving past on Monster? This might be some information. It looks like they're going to rotate back onto the site, and Cold Zero knows somebody's gone past. He's going to get caught in the back, however, but that's the setup, but they line up for Cold. 2 for him, and he's still alive.
2 versus 3 right now. Kiyoshima gonna try for a really forward smoke, but he's playing right around it. If they come through, that could be the end of them. He goes for the big spray, but it doesn't quite connect. And now 1-on-3 for Alu. He's put down the bomb, and he's down to 3 health. They've done a good job, SK, of making sure to get into this position. I don't think he can hold on to this side much longer. They're just all around, and they're gonna run him down. Cold Zero with the kill.
Taco is so sick. And the reason why I say that is because he lets him run past. He doesn't take a shot, doesn't let him know, hey, I know where they're going. I've spotted them. That's it. Everybody from SK then is rotating off of Taco's information, and all FaZe have no idea they're walking into a trap. What a sick round. The cold blood from that guy not to give it away. He lets FaZe walk right into a wall, and now the chance, the golden opportunity there for FaZe, it might have been missed. It looks to me like they want to go for the force, like they want to get everything going here for this next round. FaZe, throw it all.
Why not? SK have got a disturbingly big lead right now going into the last part of this first half here, and it is the third map. There's nothing more to be played. You win this, you get to play VP in the semifinals. FaZe obviously want to get there, and you look at the first map, you think it's going to happen. It certainly seemed like it, but on this map, I'm not so sure. Double up in the hands of Fallen and Fox on the other side, and the weaponry on FaZe is just so sketchy, isn't it? AK, Galil, and those 2 Tech-9s. Not exactly convincing.
No, they need to get these Tech-9s within close quarters range. That's what has to happen here. So you have Rain and AZ. It looks like they're going to take point over here towards Long, and they want to rush Fallen. If Fallen's holding that angle again with the AWP, he misses 1 shot. That's it. It's over. They need to trade. And Fur again! 2 kills for him, and Kerrigan's too slow. He just misses the chance as well to get the refrag. Kerrigan, that's not how that's supposed to go. FaZe, that is a painful loss there. You need to trade 1 for 1, especially when you're all going long for that very reason.
Oh, boom. What a shot. Alu gets picked out of the sky. And what is left now? Kerrigan and Kiyoshima here, 2 versus 5. Can they do anything else? Fur will finally be going down, but he did such a good start to, such a good job starting off this round. I'm not sure it's going to make a difference here. Kiyoshima trying to see if he can follow it up. A good pick on Fallen, but again, we're down to 30 seconds. How are they going to get onto the bomb side of this raid? Fox actually missing a lot of shots, and he's standing right on the fire. So Kerrigan will get a frag with a Molotov. Taco goes down. FaZe Clan somehow coming back into this round now. It's on Cold Zero. Can he crush their dreams? They are going to get the bomb plant here. He's trying to see if he can move in and maybe pick off one of the guys. Just quick kill there on Kerrigan. We'll make it a 1v1. And he's creeping up. He's got a lot of time with the kit, but he gets a shot right to the face of the AK-47 of Kiyoshima. There's a triple for the French player and a 3rd round finally for FaZe.
And now the money is in shambles for SK. This was the outside chance, and to be frank, when Fer gets that double kill, I'm thinking that's it. SK, they're going to get the 2nd round together. They're going to reestablish their economy. FaZe, this was the Hail Mary, and well, basically at the end, Kerrigan, he catches it. He manages to make it work. It's going to be the eco scenario now for SK Gaming, giving FaZe a window back into this half. 7-3, SK in the lead on CT side, but FaZe are the ones with the rifles, and it's looking like more aggression coming out here from SK Gaming, a favorite for them, except that they do not have a flash. They have Fox with the Kevlar Dig, but everybody else has to hard eco essentially, and so there's very little utility to help this. And Fox gets nothing, point blank with the Deagle. That's not how it's supposed to work. You're looking for 1-taps. Somebody call Scream.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that position with the Deagle. Could have gone out long or somewhere else. They are going to try and push up against Rain. That was all the way over by the fountain, but they don't get anything from it. Cold Zero is also just a couple of seconds away from death here. They're also closing in behind him, so he cannot even really escape. Should be a comfortable round for FaZe, and they make that work. That's important because this is sort of a reset moment in this first half, you know, when they finally get some rounds on the board, and when they then have rifles against pistols, they're supposed to just ease on through, give the whole team a lot more confidence to work with.
Yeah, this is that feel-good round. This is that moment where SK Gaming, they've allowed FaZe to get a chance to start getting some confidence back in this half. You've managed to get some rounds together. You broke SK's economy. You know that the next buy round that SK are going to have is going to be limited. And so that opens up the tactical options for Kerrigan here. If he wants to go for a rush again, he might just go for it because he knows that they might not have the incendiaries, the flashbangs, or the HEs to stop his team from plowing onto a bomb site directly. And so now FaZe, they have all these options ahead of them. The game is theirs to dictate. And so it took some time to get there, but eventually they made it work.
Taco probably just looking for exit kills or admiring the artwork over here by the playground on one or the other, or both at the same time. Not going to be able to find anyone in time, sadly. So yeah, a bit of a slow round. Not much happening. But I think for FaZe, again, that's sort of almost a timeout mentally that you've just been given, being able to run over the other team and do a fine job here.
Double eco scenario here for SK. I don't think they have the money to go for the force. It's looking like 3K across the board. And that's just, you're cutting it too slim. You're cutting it too close if you're falling at that point, calling for it. So you're going to have to go for another round of eco. It's going to be the half buy coming through here for SK. And so they give themselves a fighting chance to do some damage, a couple of flashes, some Kevlar, some pistols, but they still have $3 grand in the bank for the buy in the next round. That's the long-term plan here for SK Gaming. And I like it. Lots of damage being put out here on SK already, going for the mid control. They get punished a little bit.
Oh, got to be very careful here, Rain. First, right around the corner, UMP and no head armor, but still enough to pick up that quick kill. That's going to be a bit annoying. Put some pressure on the FaZe side of things. Cold Zero will be going down, though. Good shot from Carrigan. Make sure that happens. Now the B-bomb side, seconds away from falling. Not much the Taco can do. He's going to get the first kill in, but there are 3 people coming, and Carrigan will close it out. So now 3 versus 3 seems equal, but it isn't.
This is still a winnable situation for SK, though, because they've got some utility. They managed to trade, exactly, trading effectively. That's what it's all about. But Kiyoshima gets the spray. 2 kills for him from the site itself. And that's big. That's a save because SK Gaming, I think they did everything right. They had to get in there and actually put pressure when somebody's occupied trying to plant the bomb. Because then it's actually a 3v2. You have the man advantage because that guy's occupied. He's actually trying to plant. There was a chance there, but the window, it was so slim. And Kiyoshima saves it. So now 5 rounds on the board here for FaZe Clan on T side, and this is starting to turn into a pretty good first half for FaZe. SK, it's now or never. Can you put a halt to this madness? You've got the AWP on Fallen. We've all seen magical things from him, so now's the time.
Oh man, they've done a very good job, FaZe, to get back in this game. It looked like it was going to be a repeat of either one of the first 2 maps, or one team just takes off and the other team's got no chance, but FaZe showing that they belong in this quarterfinals, that they could maybe even take it further. It's really impressive. 7-5 as we're moving into the 13th round. Patience on Fallen over at long. And on the other side, he's going to be very careful. The Finnish sniper is there. He could be flashed at any moment. Fallen is ready for it. Doesn't get the shot, but they practically lined up for a double there.
Man, that timing, so scary. A real clinch moment, but it's still a 5-on-5. And there's still a chance for FaZe. And now they're changing it up. And this is what I want to see from Fall and some aggro mid. He's perfectly comfortable being in these kind of close quarter situations with the op. This is what he's known for. He might try and drift away from that just for that very reason, but he needs to make that play every now and again, right? He still needs to try and go for that mid control. And so he will be here to catch anybody out. But Fur already taking some damage, getting caught out on long. Not sure if he spotted the bomb, but 4 players are here now for FaZe, and they're right about to pounce on the B site, and there's still 3 players looking towards B. No. We have 3 on A. Okay, not in sniper. This is it.
Fur going to be falling back. He's very low on health. Somehow still picks up the kill on AZ, but they've walked past Fallen. He no scopes. No, he actually gets the shot on Kiyoshima. Just 1 scope coming in, and he's looking for a bit more. They have to go and hunt him. Otherwise, the backup is going to be coming in for the bomb side. This is everything. If Fallen goes down, this round can still be won by FaZe, but as long as he's alive, they're simply boxed in. He sees the gun barrel here. Rain, he knows he's got it. The bomb goes down. Fallen still alive back here, and the sandwich is coming in from the other side. The more time Rain spends here, the worse it's going to get for his team. Carrigan looking for the first shot. He's going to get it, but he can't get the follow-up. Fox will drop him. Alu, close range, and Fox coming in with another one. Now all on Rain. Can he stop them from defusing? They're on the other side. Actually, they're going to stop the defuse, and that gives a little bit of time for Rain, but not enough. It will still be around for SK Gaming. They all walked right past Fallen. That could have been around. If they could have got the kill on him, they would have been able to plant on the other side, and the retake coming in from B wouldn't have been that successful. But as long as he's alive, they have to, and what a crazy scope there.
That's what I'm talking about with Fallen. When he gets onto Overpass, when he's over in restroom like that, the close quarters action with an Opera, some Operas, that is exactly what they try to avoid. They don't want to get up to the point where they're almost using the Op like a shotgun. They want to keep that distance. Instead, Fallen, perfectly capable of hitting shots like that and saving it, but you got to give it to Fox as well. That double kill, I thought Alu had him dead to rights, and then you're into an even situation again where FaZe can make their way out. But Fox getting the double spray on the site, and you can see I think Kerrigan's feeling pretty frustrated with how this has gone. But this is a technical timeout. This is not a tactical pause. And so the players, apart from Taco, obviously, shouldn't be talking. They can't really go over what's happened in the round.
Just trying to figure out what's going on here. So close to the end of the half. The fact that SK won that round, I think, is very important for them. FaZe were looking to make a full comeback, maybe make it, 7-8 in their favor suddenly if they win that round. It's so weird, isn't it? Because I can almost guarantee that if Fallen had gone down, they would have planted on the other side. And I mean, Rain, he can't do anything in that 1v2. He just has to sort of try and see if he can run to the other side of the boxes, but not happening this time. He's also at the bottom of the scoreboard, Rain, with 3 kills. That's so unusual.
And AZ's run out of gas in the tank as well. He went phenomenal. He went strong in the first 2 maps. He was delivering a lot of important kills, trying to challenge, looking for fights.
I mean, here's the issue, right? On Train, he was actually only effective in the first 6 rounds or something, where he won so many battles down at Ivy, and that was great. But even those rounds, they didn't win. So AZ sort of, gave it a lot and tried to make it work. But then after that, he disappeared off of Train as well. So just a tough time here for him in the quarterfinals. They need him. They need him desperately.
So in the downtime, guys, we're going to go ahead and do a quick promotion here. The Bleacher Report, download Team Stream, the free app from Bleacher Report, and follow the esports stream for all the latest ELEAGUE and esports news. You got it there. You can get it on your phone, and you can keep up to date with everything that's happening here at the Major and with CS in general. So pretty nifty, pretty good to have. But we still have the technical difficulty. It's actually Taco's just dropped out of the server, so we're trying to get that sorted out. You can tell that he's not happy about it. Nobody wants to have a pause at this point in time.
What's that little thing? Has he got a shuriken on stage? I'm sure that's not allowed. That's keep the weapons inside of the game, Taco.
Well, he's keeping the spirit of Nip alive at least.
Yeah, that's true. Being represented slightly at the Major. Obviously, complete shock that they didn't make it all the way. Absolutely.
It's
upsetting.
It's agonizing for a team that have made every Major, and then to be the ones, when you have the likes of Envy, you have teams like Fnatic that are still keeping it alive. For Nip not to be at the Major, that is a brutal, brutal loss. And for the fans as well, definitely talked to a lot of you guys, and there have been quite a few Nip fans here tuning in, wanting to watch them play, but not this time. We'll have to wait until the next one.
I wish we could get a close-up. Look at that. I don't even know what it is. It's an actual mystery.
Is this Inception? Could that be his totem?
Yeah.
Is this reality, Anders?
Well, you know what I think about that, Semler? We are all just living in a simulation.
Stop. Stop right now.
It's
putting a halt to it. Just focus on that. Focus on that, Anders. You see it's spinning, and it's not stopping. It's spinning. This is reality. There you go. See, that's what Taco's telling himself as well. We should get him back any second, guys, so thanks for being patient with us.
How long before that just flies into his eye and he's just, just out of the game entirely, just can't play on? I'd be careful with that.
Dude, that's how you babysit. Distract the kid with the other video games. Watch the video game you actually want to watch while you're doing it. Perfect. This man, he's a master.
That's very well played. Very well played indeed. Yeah. Let's see, I think we are close to getting back into it. You see Taco launching everything. That's a good view. We can see what's going on. We get the close-up. Now everyone's interested.
I like how this has become the focus.
He's also...
You know what's going to happen, Anders, is that we've literally just given new merchandising ideas to SK. They're like, man, why are we not selling these on the website? Call the provider.
The weird. He's also. I'm actually mystified. I'm actually just have no idea what that is.
It's actually got a signature on it too. What is this?
It's like a spinning top that you don't even have to put it on the table. What genius came up with this?
And it doubles as a razor as well.
Is that a no, I don't think it
is. That is a signature.
All right.
What is going on here? What is this thing? Does it make noise when he spins it? I'm fascinated too. I feel like a cat. I can't look away. It's like, might as well have a red dot going on it as well. This is how you maintain my focus. We're so easy to please, us gamers, right? Just show us a doohickey and then we'll talk about it for days.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, still, I wonder if this now, see, this is the issue, right? And obviously technical difficulties you can't really do anything about. Look what you've done. I hope you're proud of yourself, Sam.
I am, dude. This crowd is awesome. So sick. We got even more people here today. It's beautiful. Love it, guys. Thank you all for showing up to enjoy the Major with us here. This is the best that we get. If
I see even one person dapping, it's going to be over.
Please, somebody dab right now.
We're going to stop it. No, stop
somebody
it.
Dab.
It's 2017. We all made an agreement.
Deliver.
We all made an agreement not to do it. No woos and no dabbing, please. Back to Taco. Well,
Aye.
if you are just joining us, this is where we are. The last quarterfinals. The winner, they get to play Virtus Pro. We've already had the first 2 maps, and as you can tell, 16-7 in favor of FaZe on the first one, 16-3 in the favor of SK on the second. And now, I mean, this is the closest one we're going to have yet, I think. They seem neck and neck at the moment, in spite of the fact that SK were running away with the early game.
Yep.
You see the overall fraggers. I'm stunned by the fact that Fur's playing this well across all 3 maps. He's almost had no drop-off in performance at all. He's got 133 ADR and 16 kills. What a madman.
No, he's a monster for sure. I mean, these teams have already, like, it's fun to see it that it comes down to the quarterfinals between these 2 teams as well, because they've already played against each other as well in the group stage. And I'm glad that we're going the distance here on the 3rd map, because when they played in the group stage, it went to overtime on Mirage, and SK barely got the win out of that. And so, very even matchup here between the 2. What we have seen so far is that in the group stage, it's been a lot of overtime. We had 6 overtimes in the group stage. We had a lot of close maps go the distance. Here, when we're getting into the playoffs, it's a lot more one-sided. We're seeing, you know, each team kind of pick their very strong map. It's a one-sided scoreline in their favor. And then we get into a map where it's actually a bit more even, like we have here on Overpass.
All right, watching from South America, I guess. That is a baller setup, isn't it?
That's like that setup
that's the man cave right there.
You made it.
They are, yeah, definitely made it. Just have a whole room dedicated to. You know the future is going to be as well. You're just going to have one room in your house that has nothing in it, because just a VR room that you have to sort of walk around with your VR headset on and do things. You can't really bump into.
We're going full Fahrenheit 451 on this. You're just going to interact with the wall directly. The wall is going to educate your children.
Yeah,
the wall is going to take care of everything, Anders.
Yeah. And then it will become apparent we're living in a simulation. That's what I'm saying. Man.
I like to think it's more, you know, Neomancer, where you're going to have just like a jack. Or like Matrix, right? Matrix jacked that from Neomancer. But like, you're just going to have a jack, you're going to jack in, and that's it. You just get sucked into the Matrix, into this reality.
Well, I'll wait for it. They're getting really hyped.
Oh, well, I was about to ask, like, where are the SK fans in the crowd? But all I'm hearing right now are the Arby's fans. That's right. We got ELEAGUE fans here, first and foremost. And I'm sure there are some SK fans. Let's hear some noise from the SK fans in the crowd. Oh, not so much.
We've got more Arby's fans than SK fans. They love the meats, apparently. Epic.
All right, guys. Ooh. Thanks for being patient with us. We've got it sorted out. The countdown has begun to get into the 14th round of this first half. The last map of the quarterfinals, to see who goes on into the semis to face off against Virtus Pro. Is it SK Gaming? Is it FaZe? We'll see who actually ends strong here on the first half, Anders.
Yeah, everyone take a deep breath, because this could be a really close match. 8-5, 14th round is coming up. It's all AKs on FaZe, and a bit of a mix on the SK side. They've got all the weaponry they could possibly need here to close out this. If it finishes 10-5, it's going to be great for them. And the rush coming into the B-bomb side. Same exact setup. Rain charging in first. The flashes are through. FaZe, there's so much of the bombs. And look at it. SK, they can't do anything. Rain takes one, and the second one too. Fox and Taco out of it. Now a 3-on-3. What an intense B-rush that is. Absolute perfection, but now comes Cold Zero, and not only does he get the kill on AZ, AZ had the bombs, so there's not going to be any bomb plant right now. 2-on-3, and they're actually going to try and boost out of the bomb side. FaZe in the middle of all of it. This could either be completely silly or it could be genius.
No, this is genius, Anders. This is one of the sickest moves. This is so dirty. Does it actually work, though? Because they are prepared for some kind of backstab from A. They know that they've got him boxed, and whoever's on the B side, they know they've got him boxed. But for right now, he's ready for it. And the flank, it's going to get caught. Alu's been spotted, and now this is where you get really frustrated if you're FaZe. What do you got to do to catch these guys off guard? You go for the B rush, and it works at the start. But then SK, they've been listening to Bruce Lee. They're like water. They just shift. They mold themselves into the perfect defensive formation, and there's nothing FaZe can do.
It is such a good idea to get that boost in, but then when you get read by Fur, you've got to wonder, what kind of level is Fur on right now? He just sees it coming, he doesn't care. That's a 9th round for SK Gaming. The last round of the half here going to be played with AKs, Deagle, Tech9 there on Carrigan, so not exactly a full buy, but a buy that's good enough that you can still win the round, and I think they need to. I feel like this long pause due to technical difficulties, they got to make sure that they can actually get this 6th round in on the FaZe side. Then they're still in the game.
I admire Kerrigan for that call, too. You know, that technical pause, it could have worked against them, but they are just trying to go all-out offense right now, FaZe. Take control after that long pause. It didn't work in the last round. They fell short. SK, the defense was too tough. But in this round now, they've shifted up their position on the map, and they've got that man advantage.
Trying to make their way in. Fallen playing at the edge of the smoke. That's so clever. But he misses his opportunity. Now they've got long control. They've got so much time. And they've got all the grenades faced for a default setup here. Alu low on health. Fallen trying again.
Oh, there it is!
Wow! Takes down Rain.
Ah, I love it. Now Cold is boosted up. Clever girl. Or boy. This is going to work. He's going to get one. No, Fallen robs him. He will get the follow-up, though. And they're getting picked apart once again. FaZe slowing down. The pace is not helping him. It's Alu in a 1v4. He'll take down Fallen, sure, but it's a 1v3 now. And the bomb, it's on the site in the SK ranks. How is he going to find his way out of this?
With 2 health, I don't think he will. I've got to be cynical at this point in time. I just don't see it happening. He is creeping in, but as soon as they find out where he is, all they have to do is fall back. And Fox also does have some grenades to work with here, so SK recovering well from the early loss of Fur over on long and just making sure they can get this last round. 17 seconds well from Alu. He's going to be walking in. Fox turning around, and a 10-5 first half lead here for SK Gaming. 6 rounds away from making it in to the semifinals.
I like that from him as well, Fox. He knows he's a stand-in. And, well, does he really want to risk the wrath of Fallen by going for the knife? Because I feel like in this major, we've seen enough knife round attempts. Doja, Config. He could have gone for it there. But instead, he just plays it safe, gets it done, and ends it. 10-5. This is solid, Anders. We're cooking with gas here. This can definitely go the distance. Because FaZe, they didn't get totally obliterated. 5 rounds separating. If they win the pistol, they can still get back into this. So it's not over. Far from it. Countdown has begun. We're not wasting any time. Straight into the second half pistol.
16th round is coming up right here. FaZe Clan. This is one of those must-win situations, without a doubt. SK I think they'll power through with a really swift win here if they win the pistol. Overpass not so easy when you're on the T side, though. Those Glocks, quite long range you have to fire at, and the USP is definitely going to be better at that. And they are making their way out long. They've got a really big setup here. It's such a shame that Kerrigan doesn't have a flashbang, but he has a smoke that he could maybe try and help his teammates out with once the push comes through. Rain, is he going to be the first point of contact? It almost feels like it, and then Alu and Kerrigan are going to come in to help out, but First sees it coming already. Rain missing the shots. Fur going to pick up the kill. Falling getting very low, and a headshot from Alu. He gets one, trying for the second, but he's simply out of bullets. And now it's a 3 versus 4 here.
Kerrigan not able to follow up. Come on, he's down to 52 HP. He's still alive, and he's still got that smoke, so he can still use it to buy some time here, and he's going to have to get it down fairly quickly because SK Gaming are getting primed and ready to go charging onto the A site. Kiyoshima's in position, but he's wiped out by Cold. Doesn't even see him coming. Opened himself up to long, and Cold pounced. It's a 2-on-4 now, and now a 1-on-4. AZ, the last man alive. Can he be the hero that FaZe desperately need here on the 3rd map? And there's the first headshot. Takes down Fox. Fallen very low on HP, but way far back, not at risk. It's up to Taco and Cold to take the man fight if they have to.
Yeah, and AC just has to run and gun. He does have a smoke. That could buy some time. That's actually really important here. Try and force them out. He's looking for the kill on somebody here, but he's not really connecting with the headshots. And Cold Zero be able to take him out. Triple kill in the pistol. High impact round for him. And SK, now they're getting close. 11-5 is the scoreline here. They're 5 rounds away from making yet another semifinals in a very high-powered career for them.
Both pistol rounds picked up for SK Gaming. And, well, definitely, you saw this setup. And Rain, he was the first point of contact. You're right about that. But I feel like there needed to be more from his teammates. As soon as the fight starts, it should be instant where everybody throws in, and it's just a melee. And those instances of hesitation that we saw from FaZe there, refusing to take the fight, that ended up costing him. And that, I think, is making the difference here between SK Gaming moving on and FaZe Clan just not showing us the full potential. They need to get their minds in the game. No hesitation. There's no backing up from here. Your tournament life is on the line.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's the reason why they were trying to be a bit aggressive over by sort of the birthday party there. Just wanting to see if they can get that first kill with the scout, or really anything that could go their way. They don't find it just yet. taking a bit of damage and just falling back to a safer position. Esse pre-firing that, though. Very common for people to make that jump to just get information.
Yeah, that comes down to timing, knowing exactly what the timings are, where somebody might go for the peak. And well, let's see how things pan out, because SK Gaming are being very thorough right now. We've got that killer unit moving together. Cold is just checking on Fox to make sure that they're going to be together, and there is a man making his way over to Long now. That's going to be Fallen, and he might walk right into Alu, and Alu, he had a chance there to do some damage, but Fallen darts back to safety, and Cold moving in to get the flank, but it's not going to be necessary. Fallen finds a shot long range on Alu. So a man advantage now for SK Gaming in the round, and now a two-man advantage. Taco catches Kiyoshima in the open over towards B.
And Fer going to get the headshot on Esse there. Rain did tag up Fox really well with the pistol, but that no longer seems like it's really relevant. Grenades are raining in as well. And SK, even with 20 seconds here, no panic at all. They're going to make sure and close out the round 12-5. They're so close to the goal. They're so close to the finish line. But there's no sprint in them at all. They're just slowly creeping up, and they're going to make sure to win it, leaving nothing to chance. And FaZe still can't buy.
Yeah, FaZe, I mean, you can see Alu managing his money right now to save for that AWP, right? And so what's going to happen is SK Gaming, they'll get up onto 13, and it's all going to be about that round if FaZe can get the wall erected. I mean, we are in America after all. Can they do it? Or are SK just going to go bashing through into the semifinals? VP, just to be clear, VP are waiting in the semis for the winner of this match.
And if it is going to be SK, which is looking likely at the moment, I think they really need to think hard about that game, because that's going to be tough. The way the VP were looking yesterday and the way that SK were looking on some of these maps now, that could be difficult. I think the Polish team is going to be really strong in that matchup.
Yeah, there's so much experience between both of those lineups. That will be a fantastic semifinals if we get there. FaZe are not out of the fight just yet, so we can't get too ahead of ourselves. Fallen looking for the fallback shot, not going to get it. Instead, Fer is there to save him. And Kiyoshima caught it top mid. Nothing really panning out here for FaZe, but that's to be expected. This is a hard eco from them. They're saving every dime they've got for the next round. And well, Fer, he takes advantage, gets a quad kill, pads the stats, gets a few of those eco kills. That's a feel-good moment for him. But now we have to see if that's going to be enough here for FaZe, if they're pissed off enough to end it here, to ruin Fer's mood.
How do you do that, though? This is not a map where it's particularly... It used to be easy to get the CT lockdown. I would say against a team like SK on the T side, that would be very difficult to do.
Absolutely, because they're so explosive, SK Gaming, as well. Right now we're seeing a very slow, measured pace from them, but they're perfectly capable of flipping a switch and just charging out onto a site, and we might see that here very early on towards B with that bomb. HEs go out, but they're useless, and Esse, I think he's waiting for the team flash. The flash comes through. Is it effective? Yes, he picks up one. Nearly a second, but it's not going to happen. Fer is there to trade it, and a man advantage turns into an even situation now. We're into a 4-on-4.
Critical refrag there. Nice idea. I mean, once that smoke is up and you hear the grenade too, your next thought is definitely not going to be that someone runs through. So the full combination, and obviously the flash over the wall from someone inside of the B bomb site, it is actually a pretty cool setup. No, it doesn't work out this time. Carrigan spots out one guy. That was Fox holding out by Sewer. But SK are perfectly happy to just wait. Why do anything else here? They already sort of slightly made one mistake there. I mean, it could have been the AC just gone down immediately. So why not see if they're going to make a second one?
It is up to the CT side around the 50-second mark, which is exactly where we're at now, to start making plays for information, to start figuring out where SK Gaming are going. And while SK Gaming, they're just thinking, it's time to go for us. We're going to go onto the B site. They've used all of their grenades here to clear out these angles. Kiyoshima's still alive. We've seen some heroics from him so far, and there's the headshot. He continues to deliver, takes down Fox, and now man advantage for FaZe going into the retake. They just need to stay alive.
Bomb is down. They do have a kit, though, but no grenades left. They line up for Fer. He almost gets that double. Look how close that is. Carrigan down to 9 health. Taco and Cold Sierra. 2 versus 3. They've got the health. They got the rifles. Aloe is down. Taco, can he turn around for another kill? Carrigan down and out of the round. Rain out of the open. He's going to drop. Taco with a double. And that's a 14-5 scoreline. That might have been the one big chance for FaZe to turn it around. They had the rifles and they had the man lead. Not enough.
That, to me, is one of the most powerful duos in CSGO. If you're going to have any two players surviving at the end of the round, holding a bomb site or trying to defend together, Taco and Cold, They're excellent. They have a long history of playing together, and when Taco finally joined the roster to join up with Cold, it really just took off for him. That they're always sitting next to each other, and they're just monsters out and out. That helps as well. Cold, you see him a lot of the time. He'll be glancing over at Taco's monitor just to see. Even if they're not wasting time talking to each other, he's still checking, okay, where's Taco's position? Taco's doing the same, and then they go as soon as they feel it. But that was a perfect defense. That's exactly how it's supposed to be done. And FaZe now, they're floundering.
Double scout, FAMAS, M4, and UMP in the 20th round here. It feels like they've almost run out of steam here, FaZe. On the frag front, Kiyoshima still leading the charge and doing a good job with 13 kills. Then Alu and Carrigan, 10, 11. But they're in the low double digits, whereas Fur has got 25 kills, Fallen 18, 17 on Cold Zero. Nobody right now can match that on FaZe side. So even just on that level, even if you strip away all the tactics and everything else, it's still a problem for FaZe that they're just not getting the kills. And Fur shutting down Alu right off the bat. Scout versus AK, and he's going to win it.
And that certainly isn't going to help things for FaZe right now. The pressure is really going to start mounting, and they've got 3 players towards B, and this is immediately the answer that they need to go for. Time to push, boys. Time to take the fight to him. Only problem is Taco's holding super passive. He isn't even close monster. He's on the other side, and exactly as soon as AC pushes through that smoke, boom, Taco's there for the headshot. A 2-man advantage now. SK Gaming, they saw it coming from a mile away, and the key thing, the crux of it, is that FaZe, they keep giving up the man advantage. They keep allowing SK Gaming to set the pace, and SK, they're more than comfortable to take advantage of that. They'll just sit and wait. This is it now. 2v5. And still SK are taking their time.
They're making absolute sure again. It's so frustrating if you're FaZe. You want them to just, you know, make the mistake. Go somewhere, just start running so you can at least get a random pickoff or anything like that. Carrigan did spawn out Taco, but it's not going to help him. He still just has to try and save this for the upcoming round, and Taco's walking right in behind him. He's going to get that kill, but this will be 15-5. Carrigan, he's too far away, and he's going to get shot down by Fox. Match and map point here in favor of SK Gaming. They are 1 round away from making a semi-final against Virtus Pro. What a game that will be.
Another semi-final. And this, I mean, months. What's this?
We had the tunnel vision of cameras.
I mean, months and months of just time between the last major. And there was a question, is SK going to have the level to be able to keep showing us that? They won both of the majors last year. They were the uncontested best at the beginning, going into the second, into basically the first half of the year was the SK era, essentially. And now, we're here at the first major of this year, and SK Gaming again poised with a stand-in, no less, to go into the semifinals. These players are monsters.
Taco's been tagged up, and so is AZ. They've just exchanged some damage down towards the B-bomb site. But SK feel very comfortable in this slow style, and why wouldn't they? It's brought them to this point, and FaZe have had no answers. They've really not come up with anything on the CT side. And that's unusual. I mean, we saw the level of preparation from Carrigan earlier in the tournament, but also earlier in the quarterfinals, that he seemed to have some really good ideas and good plans. In this second half, we're lacking a lot of that.
Well, it's time to see. I like it. It looks like Taco going to try and set up with that AWP to see if he can get anything done. Cold Zera and Fur making their way closer to the site, and with 45 seconds left on the clock, it's getting to be that time, SK, where you're going to have to make the play. Kiyoshima, he's in one of the more solid positions if he can get support from his teammates, and he's going to have to be in position here with the spray, but it's not going to happen. Fox, in fact, with the double entry kill, wipes out the defense.
Carrigan getting shot down as well. Rain and Alu are left, 2 versus 5 at the moment, and it seems like it's just meant to be. An absolutely legendary lineup, the core of this team, so good. Rain, mid-air caught, and it's going to be 16-5 SK Gaming. 1 more semi-finals for this absolutely amazing team. You see the family completely fired up, and why wouldn't they be?
Of course.
That's all the quarterfinals done here at the ELEAGUE Major. All we have left now are the semis and obviously the grand finals. 2 semi-finals are going to be coming up today, and it'll be insane.
What's insane, and yeah, Carrigan has a good reason to be pissed off and frustrated right now because they pick up 8 rounds across 2 maps, FaZe. The last 2 maps of this best of 3, they got dominated. They didn't get anything going, not hitting their shots, tactically not getting into the game. This was SK's show on the last 2 maps, and that shows some true mental fortitude on SK's part. To lose the first map, to have it be a very one-sided win